Okay. Let me just throw up my video on YouTube, and then we'll go ahead and go live. My camera looks a little bit weird right now. I'm going to fix the camera really quick. That's better. That's better. I was wondering why I wasn't centered. How is your face so baby clean? It's just the view. If I zoomed in, you'd see that, you know, it's just the camera. It's just the camera, literally. Okay. Hi, Instagram. Kind of got like a triceratops horn going on right now, but that's okay. I'm going to throw this video up on YouTube. Select more media. Here. I think everybody. Okay. So yesterday, guys, you remember that offer I made on, what was it? It was a house in Detroit. Sanford Street, yeah. And this one in Detroit. I haven't been able to get a hold of the realtor again. I made an offer pretty close to list price. I mean, they did a price cut. What was their initial asking price? Looks like they initially asked for 74. I'm at 55. And they're asking 64.9, and I'm at 55 now. What's up with the crop top? I like him, dude. I like him. Okay. What should we name this YouTube video? How to flip your first house starting with $0. And then we need the hashtags. Just read. And then I got to tell Andrew to post this on Snapchat because I'm not going to do that. Text Andrew, can you post my most recent video on Snapchat? Oh. Okay. There we go. There we go. How's this performing on TikTok so far? I don't feel like it's a... Oh! Okay, it actually is doing really well. Never mind. All right. I think we need to show all methods today. Guys, it's been a while since we've showed all methods. Let me just put a message in the chat letting everybody know that we're going to do all methods today. So at everyone, I am going to demonstrate, if I can spell, all of our methods live today, then do a Q&A/deal review session. Join if you don't know why you're here or don't know how to start. Let me tag new member. Add new member. Okay. All right. Every single time I film a course, I learn something new, and I'm like, wait, I want to add this to the course, but I can't. Can't wait to hear about the marketplace. Me too. Chris said he's still doing bug testing today. I thought we could review the marketplace today, but Chris said he's doing bug testing today, so that's kind of how it's going to go. But that's okay. Let's okay. Let's start here, guys. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through every method. I'm going to try not to take an immense amount of time, and then we're going to do a Q&A session. So anybody who is unclear about what it is that I do for work or how I make money, yes, I have a Discord, but the first way I started making money was getting paid finder's fees. So, you know, they could be big, they could be small. This one's for $4,000, but I also have a nice little $20,000 one right here. So it's like my deals range anywhere from probably like $2,000, super low end, and then like high end, like we might do a $50K deal. But on average, I would say they're probably like $8,000 or so. $8,000 is a pretty common fee for what we do. Anyways, let's get started. So you are looking for essentially people who are like me. I dabble in a lot of different strategies. I do rental properties, and I also do fix and flips. And I'll explain to you what my criteria is. My criteria is informed by the buyers that I've sold to for the past 4 or 5 years or so. Sometimes I'll lock up a deal and it won't sell, and I'll make kind of a mental note in my head about why that deal didn't sell. Are we live on YouTube? Yes, we are. And that will inform whether or not I'm interested in buying something. So recently, you guys have seen me selling to Harry Gold a lot, right? Over and over and over and over again, I sell to Harry Gold. Well, guess what? As I said, my buyers, which you're effectively looking for, we got all these comments in the chat saying, can I work for you? Can I work for you? Can I work for you? Yes, I'm showing you what my buyers are looking for so that you can attack that criteria so that I can sell it to the buyers. And it's a partnership. I want you to partner with me, but you have to take the first step and show up to class. So if you're not in the class, it's going to be virtually impossible to partner with me. But there's 3 types of deals that I sell. These are going to be seller finance deals, cash deals, and mortgage takeover deals. I would say the most common type of deal I do is a cash deal. Second most common, mortgage takeover. The third most common is going to be seller financing. And then occasionally we'll see a hybrid of a mortgage takeover and a seller financing deal, which is going to be called a hybrid. I know, very exciting name. So let's break down each type of deal, and then let's do them in real time. And then let's, when is the class? Okay. Let's break down each type of deal that we do, and then let's go ahead and execute them in real time. So I'm going to start by probably easiest to hardest. I do want to let you know that cash deals have a lower likelihood of selling because the trigger is heavier. It's heavier to pull the trigger for a cash deal. What I mean by pulling the trigger is buying the property. When you're buying a house in cash or even with a loan, and I kind of bulk those two together, even though buying a house in cash and buying a house with a loan is a completely different thing, I do kind of pair those two together. Something you should know is that your cash deal needs to be really good if it's going to sell. It needs to be really good. If you have a bad cash deal, it's not going to sell. If you have a bad creative finance deal, it might sell. Okay, so cash deals. As I said, I make a little bit of a faux pas in real estate. How do I learn how to wholesale? You join the Discord in my bio. No, I got so many followers who have no idea what I do for work. Look at all these people here. All of these people are watching my screen share while I break down every single type of wholesale deal that I do. So y'all can click the link in my bio if you want. We got like 50 of you joining per day. Anyways, what do you do with a cash deal? Well, you either flip it or you rent out the property. If you buy the house with a loan, you could really do either. You could do either. So this property that I saw on my screen, it could go either way. I could renovate this thing into a rental property, or I could flip the property for a profit. And this is actually a deal that I'm doing right now. We had the property inspected today. I got my rehab budget back. If you guys are curious what a $25,000 rehab looks like, this is a $25,000 rehab. So the photo on my screen right here shows a dilapidated, distressed house. It's needing a good bit of work, bathrooms throughout. It's a duplex, 2 units. We might need to do a little bit of roofing work, a little bit of masonry work. There's issues with the property. Like you can see that it's not exactly in good condition, guys, but this is what 25K looks like. This right here for this 2,000 or 1,800 square foot duplex, $25,000. Not that bad. It's actually kind of a light to medium rehab, I would say. And how do we get a cash deal like this? Well, honestly, we usually just get them in a populated area at 70% of what they're listed for. Some of the most common mistakes that I see is you went after a house that's 30K. It has no comps because it's a 30K house. You got a 30K house for 20K, and it's just, you haven't really provided value in your discount. The type of property you went after wasn't a good fit. And I'm going to talk to you about why this one on my screen is a good fit. If you were going to wholesale this house, a good price to get this out would be $40,000, maybe $45,000. Loosely, 70% of what a property is listed for. Some things to look out for when you're doing cash deals is comps. If you're flipping a house and every single house around you is selling for $10,000 to $50,000, what evidence do I have as a buyer that would suggest that if I put my money into this property, it's going to sell for more? That's what I need to see. So in that, this is a property that made sense to me. Why did it make sense to me? What was the step one that made sense to me here? I think it was probably the lack of crime in the area. So first things first, I went to spotcrime.com. Remember, you can record this. This meeting is recorded, but you can record this. And you'll notice that we don't have any shootings there. Lots and lots of crimes all around here. People getting assaulted left and right. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome to Cleveland. Welcome to cheap markets. However, no shootings. So that's the big problem. That's the big problem. Are you mad that Trump was the whistleblower for Epstein? The guy who was best friends with Epstein was actually the guy who put a stop to it. Anyways, no shootings here, no shootings. So I like that. What's step 2? Well, you need a discount. So just looking at this deal without comping the property, probably 70% of what it's listed for would work. Probably 70% would work. Anyways, let's go ahead and comp it out. First things first, identify your property, figure out where it is. I'm going to reset all of my filters. Is it this guy right here? Yeah, it's that guy right here. Second thing second, figure out what your property is. What is this? It's a 4-bed, 2-bath duplex. Now, I know they put 4-bed, 1-bath. It's not. It says 2-bedroom units. If it's a 2-bedroom, then you definitely have a bathroom. Anyway, so we found the property. What year is it built? It's built in 1930. It's not a concern. Somebody asked me about that the other day. Is that a concern that it's built that long ago? No, not really. Anyways, let's go ahead and comp it. I'd like to see some duplexes in the area, but we'll see what we can see. So I've drawn around the neighborhood. It's called LaSalle College Park. I guess that's what it's called. And then I'm going to click sold. And I'm going to just price these things high to low and see what the highest sales in the area, see what the lowest sales in the area are. So we got a multifamily right here, but it's not exactly what we are. It's sold for $211,000. Yeah, it's built in the same year pretty much. But it's got about 800 more square feet, and it looks like perhaps a quadplex or something like that. So I couldn't say that that's a comp that represents what we are. Looking at the next property, that thing is really similar. Like, this is really, really, really similar. It's smaller and it's a 6.2, but at the end of the day, it's pretty similar. Like, I think this is a good comp. It sold for $175. Let's keep looking, see what else we have. Is it a multifamily? It is a multifamily. You got a 6.2 duplex, $175. How far away is it from our subject property? If we go from sold to for sale, we know that we're right here. How many blocks is that, guys? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 4 to 5 blocks. Not bad at all. Let's go back to our sold properties and keep looking around. This thing right here is a single family, not exactly relevant, 130,000. And the rest of these appear to be single family. So I don't really have any more duplex comps. So I can really kind of only go off of, well, maybe this guy's a duplex. Oh, that's a duplex right there. That's a duplex. Let's read about it really quickly. This says it's sold in October of 2024 for 175,000. Yeah, that was kind of a while ago, guys. That was a while ago. So I'm not exactly going to call that a comp. But I've got 3 multifamily comps that sold for 175, 175, and 211. What do you think I'm going to say that I'll sell for? I think 137.5. I came to that conclusion yesterday, 137.5. Now, I have lots of comps, guys. I have lots and lots of comps. However, I just don't have a cookie cutter exact comp for me. So I've got multifamily comps, I've got single family comps, lots of activity here, but not exactly the type of property that we're looking for. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. I think multifamilies are relatively desirable in this particular market because it doesn't look like there are very many of them. Moving on. Okay, so why did I determine 137.5? It's not exactly I would say it kind of is a science. What I did is I'm estimating my rent, and I'm essentially basing my ARV off of where my investors would like to buy. So I think the numbers loosely support that. I mean, you got some properties selling for 175, but they're kind of old. So let's be really pessimistic. Let's go like in the 130s. And then you got a lot of single family selling for the 130s as well. So I feel like 137 is a pessimistic after repair value for this property. But what really informed such a specific number for me was the cash on cash return. Okay. So if you rent this thing out, you're probably going to get about $1,000 per unit. We can zoom in and we can see that, okay, well, you got a whole house right here renting for $1,300. You got a house for $1,200, house for $1,900, house for $1,400. And then you got a small house for $1,100, small house for $1,100, small house for $1,400, or slightly larger house for $1,400. Not too many apartments here. I would say that you're probably looking for a renovated property, maybe $1,000 per month. So you're looking at, and if you're like, well, I don't know if that's the case. Remember, you can always check your Section 8 website. So if you go to Michigan and you go to Wayne County and you go to 48205, 48205, you can see that Section 8 would like to pay $1,300. They will pay $1,300. Why can't I see your screen? Because you're not in my Discord. You can see my screen if you are in my Discord. So essentially, I'm going to keep making videos about 12-year-olds doing deals until y'all join the Discord. So I have to chip away at you, as I say. I have to say, oh, look, the 12-year-old did a deal. Oh, look, 16-year-old did a deal. Oh, look, 15-year-old did a deal. Oh, look, the house I'm talking about on my screen right now is found for me by a homeless man in Nairobi, Kenya. And then you're like, oh, shit. Okay, all right. Maybe there is something here. And it's okay. It's okay. I can tell you the 12-year-old did it, but you probably need to hear 4 or 5 just abnormal, extraordinary happenings before you join the Discord. So you can see my screen right now. I just have to chip away at you for a while to convince you that this is something that you can do. It'll probably take a couple weeks. That's why I go live here. So let's figure out the cash on cash return that will kind of inform my after repair value. If I sell this thing for $137,500, how much is my buyer paying? Well, if I do $137,500 and I have a down payment here of 20%. Why 20%? Where did 20% come from? 20% is your down payment. You need to put 20% down on your loan. You're getting a 7% interest rate. Your payment is going to be $731 per month. Let's add $250 for taxes and insurance. So you're looking at $981 per month. You're renting out for $2,000, $1,000 per side, but we're going to multiply by 0.8. You're getting $1,600 after expenses. Subtract your $981. You will be making about $600 per month off this property. Multiply this deal by 12, or multiply your cash flow by 12. You make this much per year, and you divide it by 137.5. Your cash on cash return. I'm sorry, it's your down payment, not 137.5. I messed up there. That's not it. We gotta start over a little bit. Hold on. $2,000 is your rent. Multiply it by 0.8. Subtract your $981 monthly payment on your mortgage. You're looking at $619. $619 is your net cash flow each month. If you multiply your net cash flow by 12, you're making $7,428. Instead of dividing by your purchase price, divide it by the cost of what it's going to cost to buy your property. So it's going to be a 20% down payment and $5,000 for closing costs. You're probably looking at $32,500. So we divide this by 32,500. You're looking at a 23% cash on cash return at this price, 23% cash on cash return. So it makes sense, right? 23%. So how do you, if you're not the flipper of this property, how do you participate in a deal like this? Well, I would have been happy to give you $5,000 for this. I would have been happy to give you $5,000. You just need to get this thing under contract for like $45,000. You get it under contract for $45,000, I give you $5,000. Because you did a service for me. You did a service. You got a property under contract. So remember, I said we were going to actually execute the method in real time. So I'll look for another deal really quickly. I'm a big fan of multifamily, but if I can't find a multifamily, I'll find a single family. I like this area as well. And then I'm going to do newest. Let's see the new multifamilies that have been posted. Now, I like rough multifamily property. So I'm going to scroll, or I'll put in a price filter. So let's put in a price filter of maybe 80,000. 80,000, newest. Okay, 30,000. Is this a house we should make an offer on? No, it's condemned. It's completely condemned. It's completely cooked. You can't go in the property. The toilets are smashed. The house is falling apart. Like, there's nothing to be done here. Absolutely nothing to be done. We don't do things like this, guys. If you find a house listed for 30K, I want you to pass it up. Here's one. Okay, cool. This is a multifamily. Looks like that's the basement. We had some graffiti. That's not so bad. It's probably, until I saw that. What the hell is that? What is that? There's a structure on the back of the property that's a real issue. Electrical looks rough. The interior's fine. This is actually all okay. It becomes a problem when I see this structure in the back. Whatever the hell that structure was. Where is that structure? I wanna maybe it could be torn down, but that's gonna it's like they're not showing me inside whatever that thing is. That thing on the back looks terrible. So that scares me. That thing on the back looks really, really scary to me. It's been here for 13 days. Yeah, I mean, we'll revisit it if we need to, okay? We'll revisit this if we need to. I'd prefer not to revisit this. Okay, so this is a what is this? This look oh, no. Okay, no. I saw the interior and you know it's a no-go. This is kind of at the price point where I'm scared. It either has shootings in it or it's just a big job. Yeah, that's a lot, guys. I'm sorry. That's just a lot. I'd really prefer not to do something like that. Let's keep looking. Then you got this guy. I haven't seen this. What's wrong with you? This doesn't look bad. What's wrong with it? Is it just small? Two-family home, great potential. I've already seen that one. What are you? That's a duplex, 195 days on market. These could all be decent opportunities, probably at a bit of a steep discount here. I think the one that's most appealing to me is this guy. This guy's probably most appealing to me. It's only been there for 13 days. The interior doesn't look awful, but it just has that terrible structure in the back. So step one on doing a cash deal, guys, is going to be what are my shootings looking like? What are my shootings looking like? Well, you got a shooting there yesterday or so, maybe a couple days ago. It's really not that bad though. It's just one. It's just one. You do have one shooting there, but it's not terrible. I'll gauge the street view really quickly just to see how bad the street is. Note that the street view, oh, not bad at all. And this is from 2022. So that's 2022, guys. So it's definitely gotten better since then. That's not bad at all. Look at the landscaping. No, that's okay. That's an okay area. You know, I don't love it, but it's an okay area. Okay. Okay, so I'd say the area barely passes. I am a little bit concerned about it. The price is a definite no-go. That price is a definite no-go. We need to do better than that price. Absolutely not on that price. Let's figure out what it could sell for, guys. I'm just going to draw. Is Detroit the only market you can do this? No. I'd say Cleveland and Birmingham are great options as well. And then let's get rid of our price filter. First things first, we should know what we are. We're a 4-bed, 2-bath from 1947. I'm going to go from for sale to sold, and I'm just going to look at some of these. I'm going to price high to low, and let's do past 12 months. Okay, so what do we have here? Could that be a multifamily? Yeah, that's a, whoa. Rental grade multifamily for $200,000. And it looks like ours too. It looks like ours. What's the square footage here? Rental grade multifamily, 200K. Square footage, whoa, 3,000 square feet. Damn. Okay, maybe that's not a comp. That's pretty crazy. I mean, it is a pretty high price. What about you? Are you a multifamily? Oh my God, multifamily's everywhere. Nice. Okay, that one's for 200. Wow. Duplex. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Okay. These are the most comps I've seen out of Detroit. Multifamily 157, 155. Yeah. Honestly, we have more beds than these guys. Probably like 155 all day long. I do want to know my square footage because I don't know my square footage. Let's know my square footage really quickly. I think it'll, oh yes, I do. 2,200 square feet. Okay, 2,200 square feet. Do we have any neighboring comps, like real neighbors' houses? Yeah, that guy's kind of the neighbor's house. You got this guy over here. It says 4,000 square feet. That's, I don't know, man. That's a lot of square footage. 4,000 in that house, that's weird. This guy's pretty, that's pretty similar to me. That's pretty similar, 140. Let's go. Kind of conflicted here. 163. I'm gonna price this, but I'm gonna do square footage. I'm gonna take the square footage, price per square foot. When it gets really hairy like this, guys, I'm gonna do price per square foot. So our first price per square foot is 99. I'm grabbing the price per square foot here, or 92. I'm sorry, 92. Our next price per square foot, we just looked at that guy. I'll look at this guy. That's within range. When was it built? Yep, that's within range. $64 per square foot, pretty ass. 64, didn't like that at all. Rough, but that's just kind of how it goes. Then you got this guy right here. That'll be really high. That'll be great, 77. And let's grab maybe one more. One more might be, you know, that's not tremendously different from us. 140. That one for 78. You know, the more the better, guys. The more the better. Those ones aren't really renovated. I don't want to use these. I just don't trust those. Then you got this. No, we're probably fine. Yeah, we're probably fine. So there's 4. Divide these by 4. Divided by 4. Your average is 77. So $77 per square foot is probably what we'll sell for. Our square footage on the property is 2246. So 2246. I don't believe the ARV. I mean, if we were to use that ARV, let's use 64. $143. So guys, let's call it 145. Okay. Let's call it 147.5, 150 even. I think that's possible. I think 147, 150 is approximately what this thing will sell for. Now for the rehab. I'm going to do a little bit of digging on the street view to understand what this is, but it's going to be high. It's going to be a lot. Hey, look at that, a new roof. Nice. Okay, so that's helpful. Old windows though, wooden windows. That's expensive. Yeah, roof is good. Maybe we could just tear off the structure in the back. I really hate the structure in the back. Maybe we could just tear that thing off. Yeah, you know, it's not awful. It could be significantly worse, but see these windows here? Big expense for these original windows, original to the house windows. Really rough to have those type of windows. These are the type of windows well, no, those are also wooden. These are the type of windows we're looking for. Those are vinyl windows, guys. I'd love to have vinyl windows on this, but we don't have that. That's a big expense. So I'm a little bit worried to offer on this thing, guys, because I know it's going to be pretty steep, unfortunately. Don't worry about the graffiti. The floors are okay. So we need a new kitchen. You know, if we didn't have that room in the back, it wouldn't be that bad. If we didn't have this thing, it wouldn't be that bad. I'm going to say 45. I think 45 because we need windows. Roof is good, but we need to figure out what to do with this structure, and that could be really expensive. So maybe a 45K rehab. So I'm going to say perhaps ARV. We'll go high end 150 to stretch it. Harry would multiply by 0.6 and then subtract 45. I do it a little bit backwards. So I just like to see what I could make. So let's say I got this thing for, if I got it for, say 60. I get it for 60. I buy the house. I've got 5K holding costs, or I've got 5K closing costs and origination fee. I put in another 45,000 in rehab. Now I'm in it for 110. I've got another $5,000 in holding costs. Now I'm in the deal for 115. And if I sell the thing for about 148, we'll call it 148 minus 115, you're making 33. Let's run it at 50. I'm going to run this at 50. So you buy it at $50,000, $5,000 in holding costs and closing costs, or $5,000 in origination fee and closing costs and whatever sort of taxes and stuff you have to pay. You put in 45 on the rehab. You've got another 5,000 in holding costs. And then we sell the deal for like 148, subtracting the total all in of 105. That's $43,000 profit. That's not bad. So I think 43, and that's budgeting for a 45K rehab, which is heavy, understanding that this one or the other one that we looked at, guys, was only 25K. So maybe the rehab comes back less than that. I'm just kind of estimating for that structure we have in the back and then the terrible windows. So I think that I think the price to get this for is 50. Let's test what I had said about 0.7. $80,000 times 0.7. It's pretty close, guys. See, it's pretty close. It's a nice rule of thumb. It's a nice rule of thumb to have. So yeah, I think those are my numbers for a cash deal. Now let's go ahead and make the offer. So this is my demonstration for a cash deal, guys. Let me oh, wrong realtor. It is ringing.
Hey, this is Garrett Blair, Douglas Rose.
That's a nice voicemail, bro. Let me double dial him.
Hey, this is Garrett Blair, Douglas Rose. Thanks so much for calling. Please feel free to send me a text message for.
Okay. Well, he's not at all on his phone. I don't know why realtors pretend like they'll sell houses for you. They won't. Let's go ahead and do the street name dash agent, and I'm going to text him and I'm going to say, hey, I'm an interested end buyer for your listing on Chatsworth Street. I'm finishing up my rehab on 13605 Tacoma, and I'd like to find another project before it sells. I had some questions about the structure attached to the property in the back. Are you available? And then he might text me back. Perhaps he'll text me back, but I'm going to go ahead and take the address and I'm going to throw this thing into here. Now, remember, you don't have to do this in Detroit. You could do this all over. You do this all over, guys. Just make sure there's comps. You just need to have comps, okay? Just need to have comps for the property. So texted, still need to offer. Because I need to ask about that structure in the back. I just don't know what that is, guys. It just looks terrible. If it weren't for this, it really wouldn't be that bad. It's really just whatever the hell this is. It's not salvageable. Do you see this? This is not salvageable. That's a teardown. I don't know how much a teardown is going to cost for something like that. Anyways, I will do one follow-up on a cash deal here because I really haven't been able to get a hold of the realtor. I'm going to call the brokerage. Let me call the brokerage. So this is going to be 4616. Oh, that's not it. Ryan Kane. This is going to be 11461. Okay, so haven't been able to get a hold of the realtor today, but we walked the property. I had this inspected. I got my rehab budget. I'd love to buy it. Can't get a hold of anybody.
Afternoon, Remax City.
Hi there. I had walked one of the properties you guys have listed here, and I was just looking for the seller's agent to see if we could follow up with them. I think their name is Ryan Kane, and it's 11461 Sanford.
Okay, let me transfer you over to him 1 second.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
You're calling. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, it's Richard Taylor again. I was calling about Sanford. I had it walked today.
Yep.
Hey,
I got your text. I've been with clients all day.
Oh, perfect. I was just calling to let you know there's some issues, but it's okay. It's within the budget on this. So we don't need an inspection anymore. You can tell your client inspection waived. I'll submit EMD day one of contract, non-refundable.
Got it. All right. You sent me proof of funds as well.
Let me go ahead and send you an updated one just in case I didn't get over to you. I will send you a bank statement and a screenshot of the bank account if that works.
Okay. Are you putting this in your personal name or in an LLC?
This is going to go in my LLC for my last flip. It'll be Tacoma Street LLC. I'll send you signing information.
Okay. Yep. So I need the name of that. So I need your email, the name of the LLC, all the terms, and the proof of funds. So get that over to me, please.
Yes, sir. Is it okay if I text it and email it?
Whatever's easier for you. Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
This is not an enthusiastic realtor. But I really want his deal. I'm trying not to be too needy, but I'm gonna be real, guys. I've blown this guy up all day. I want his deal. I will make about $48,000 at that price. I'll make $48,000 at that price. So let me go ahead and send him a little screenshot of our proof of funds, which y'all have access to. We got this. We got that. Screenshot. Boom. And then I'm going to go ahead and text this to bro. Bear with me, guys. I'm in my text messages. I just don't want to put myself on blast. So this is Ryan Kane. Is it with a K? Yeah, Ryan Kane. Is that a... does she have an Android? Damn. I really gotta... Ryan Kane. Signee Richard Taylor, LLC. That'll be Tacoma Street LLC. And then we're also going to go ahead and do email info at Grandin. And then we're going to be looking at inspection, none. That's a huge plus. EMD, 300 non-refundable, same day of contract signed if title is open. If not, next day. Inspection, non-EMD, 300 non-refundable, same day of contract signed if title is open. If not, next day. Signee Richard Taylor, LLC, Tacoma Street, LLC. Now he just needs proof of funds. Let me go ahead and get him some proof of funds. So I'll get him a statement. Well, I think this is fine. My concern here is that, let me call Chris Gallagher.
Calling Chris Gallagher.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I'm doing a deal right now where I need to provide proof of funds with the entity's name on it, and it's Tacoma Street LLC. can I transfer 150,000 to that for about a minute and then transfer it back so I can take a screenshot of the funds in Tacoma Street LLC?
Yeah, why not?
I didn't know if the tax person was going to have an issue with it, but it's
Just say I don't know, just blah blah blah. Do it.
okay. All right. It's not going anywhere. I promise.
Hey.
It's literally just for the screenshot.
Also, just very quick marketplace stuff. One more day and it'll be good. We are actively selling around 79 deals that we're gonna post tomorrow.
Oh,
Just release bugs, man.
it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
But anyway, go do your thing.
All right. Thank you. It'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, sure thing. Yeah, you got it.
All right. Bye. Bro, GTFOH with that lame ass mustache and whack ass pearl necklace. Get out of here with that. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go shave it and I'll go take off the necklace. I'll put on something cooler. What do you suggest? All right, quick $150,000 transfer to make sure I get this deal. And then we're good to go. All right. I'm not the tax guy, so I just didn't know. I just didn't know if that was going to cause an issue, but let's go transfer. Yeah. And now that LLC is funded. Yes. Okay. Tacoma Street. Let me refresh. Is the funds are no, not yet. I need to take a screenshot on my phone. Close. Okay, I don't know if it's updated on the computer yet. No, it's not updated on the computer yet. But that's okay. And then we got the screenshot. Now let me transfer that back. That's going back to... Oops, I just transferred that to the wrong account. Uh-oh. And we're safe. Okay. All for the screenshot. All for the screenshot. Signee, Richard Taylor. Boom. Okay. Okay, I asked him if that will suffice. I think it will suffice. But okay. All right. Next method. Okay, what's the next method? We'll go a little quicker this time. Well, the next method could be applied on this property right here. This guy's got a mortgage on his house. He's got a mortgage on his house of like, I think $50,000, and we could just offer to take over the loan. Speaking of, I'm in a mortgage takeover on this property right here. So this is going to be Parkview. Thanks. Boom. Boom. Our interest rate on this is going to be 6.625. 6.625. Okay. Not a good interest rate, guys. Bad interest rate. Let me call my buyer. Call Harry Gold.
I don't see a L. Harvey Gold.
L. Harvey Gold. You're always
Who do
saying
you want to call?
You're always saying L. Harvey Gold. We're not.
You have reached Harrison's cell phone at 81.
Oh, that could have been bad. 6.625%. Let me double dial.
You have
What? You're just on do not disturb? Come on, I'm going to triple dial. All right. All right, next method, guys. Next method. Let's go to lightning leads. So I'm going to go to buyboxcartel.com. It's got a new user interface. Let's log in really quickly, and then you're going to go ahead and press your dashboard, I think. Where is that? Is that going to be here? Control panel? And then lightning leads. Cool. Perfect. Okay. Can we get some cities? Where are we from, guys? Chat, where are we from? Where are we from? What about Raleigh, North Carolina? Mortgage takeover. All right. I'm going to price these things. Price low to high. Am I sharing my screen? Let me share my screen. All right. I'm looking in North Carolina right now. I'm starting with low price point houses. Now, I was under the impression that the houses started in the hundreds over here, but they don't. What are our cheap cities in North Carolina, chat? What are the cheap cities? Durham? Is Durham cheap? Durham? Not, I really just like to do these in cheap areas. But I could call somebody if they have a 3% interest rate. If they've got a 3% interest rate, so we'll do interest rate low to high. See what we can find here. 2.7. Okay. Oh. Durham interior. What does our interior look like? Oh, it's nice. That's nice. I just don't understand why somebody would buy a deal like this if it doesn't cash flow. I know that we just talked to a guy who sold one of these that didn't cash flow, but I really like to be in cash flowing markets, and these are not cash flowing markets, guys. What are our cheap cities in North Carolina? Fayetteville, Tulsa, Jacksonville, Florida. Okay, Jacksonville, Florida. We could definitely do that. Let me check. Is it Fayette or Fayette? Fayetteville or Fayette? I don't know. Price low to high. How cheap does it get here? Oh, nice. Really cheap. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a fix and flip. That is a negatively cash flowing house. That is, come on, cash flow. They're cheap, guys, but you see this negative cash flow here, guys. I just don't like that. I don't like that. Jacksonville, good job. Jacksonville. Yes. Jacksonville, Florida. Great market for this. Price low to high. Scroll past anything that's $60,000. We don't do those type of deals. And look at that. That's good, but the cash flow is a little bit lacking. However, is the rent really that low? I'm hunting. I think I've acquired something. Yeah. Oh, but your interior is kind of rough, huh? That's not to say that we couldn't do that deal. I feel like somebody would take this deal. Like, we don't really want to do a mortgage takeover on a distressed house, but how bad is this? Floors? What do you got to do? Floors, painting, floors, paint, fixtures. It's not awful. It's not awful. Yeah, I feel like I could do something like this. I might call on this one. Guys. I think that's not terrible. They've got a 3% interest. No. That's the one. They got a 3% interest rate. Come on, that's the one. The 3% interest rate justifies it, guys. So I'm going to adjust my down payment to commission only because of this. So I'm gonna see where I need to be. But let's comp first, because this would be a flip. We'll do a quick little comp, kind of best of both worlds here. 144 West 33rd in this zip code. 144 West 33rd. 144 West. Gosh, man. Reset all filters. Where were we? There you are. Oh, nice. You might actually be a viable fix and flip. Look at all the properties next to it. You got this guy here. Interior's looking rough. What is that? Okay. And that's right across the road. What's sold over here? Really quick, I just want to see what's sold. 118, 112, 70, 100. Yeah, not really. No comps. I like to see no comps for a deal like this because, okay, that's a comp and it sold for 150. Cool. Okay, now I know what to call on. Now I know what to call about. So I'm going to grab this guy right here and I'm going to reference this in my call for 150. And I say, hey, I want to buy this, but your neighbor's house sold for 150 and your rehab is going to be, well, what is the rehab, do I think? Rehab on this bad boy is looking like new roof. It's probably like 25. It's probably like 25. And if I buy it at 115, it just doesn't work. Okay. So here's my justification for this call. I'm going to start with kind of an offer where I'd need to be. She's going to decline my offer. The reason she'll decline my offer is because of that mortgage balance, guys. Y'all see this mortgage balance at 88,000. They owe about 90 racks on the deal. I'm going to try to take it over for commission only, and I might be able to wholesale it for 5. So I'm clicking on the address. Yep, that's the same mortgage that I'm seeing. So that's interesting to me. I'm actually quite interested in the loan that he has on the property. He's just bleeding monthly. So I'm going to call and pitch the mortgage takeover right now.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Richard Taylor, 33rd Street.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
I'm using PropStream, but I found this on Lightning Leads. It's a Lightning Leads deal. Lightning Leads.
I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Hey there, I'm interested in the listing you have on West 33rd Street. I'm a small-time buyer. I only have about 15 or 20 of these houses here, but I'm dabbling in fix and flips and I'm taking on small projects. This one looks really good. I did have some questions about the age of the roof here, whether or not y'all have been under contract before, if you have an inspection on the property, seller's disclosure, just to kind of understand what I'm walking into here. And I'd love to send my guy out to the property if possible to kind of assess what the rehab might be on this thing. But I'm really interested in this. I feel like we might be able to come to an agreement based on where I think my offer is going to come in. I just had a couple questions that I couldn't really answer from looking at the photos. Anyways, I'm going to shoot you a text and hopefully we can be on a phone call soon about this. Bye-bye. Now what's my game plan here? I'm going to hopefully get a hold of somebody on the phone and pitch this offer. But what's the game plan? Well, this would be a really nice rental, guys. This would be a great rental property. It has a 3% interest rate on the loan, and it really probably just needs depending on the roof, it's not that bad of a roof. That's mainly just stuff you see on top of the roof, but it might only need 15. Where would the 15 go? The exterior is fine. Refinish the floors. We're sanding the floors, refinishing the floors. We're painting the inside of the house. We're probably putting in some appliances, maybe some kitchen stuff, and freshening up the bathroom, putting in new caulking, maybe new paint in there. It probably only $15,000. So if I could get this thing for $5K to the agent, maybe $6K to the agent, I could probably sell this thing for $5K down. I probably could, because it would cash flow. It would cash flow beautifully. Your PITI on this bad boy is $500. $500 PITI. Rent is going to be $1,300. Works. EB, if you want me to check out that deal, hop in my Discord, man. So I'm looking to take over somebody's debt. I'll record this in my makeshift CRM here, and I'll shoot her a voice text. We'll probably hop on a call with her later today or potentially tomorrow. So message left, nice rate, low rehab deal. So guys, if you're doing mortgage takeovers, remember it has to be a light job and your down payment needs to be tiny, I'm still thinking about how somebody came in my chat and told me that Trump was the whistleblower for Epstein as if he wasn't his best friend. Epstein's quote was, Trump is the only dog that hasn't barked. Another Epstein quote was, I've met a lot of evil men, but none quite as evil as Trump. Department of Justice website leaked. As if bro was the whistleblower. No. These aren't the Epstein files. These are the Trump files. Okay, so gosh, I really think we'd come to a deal because I don't think anybody else would be calling on this. Really, I think this is quite a niche opportunity here. So I'll send her a voice message. Also changing her contact name, adding her to my contacts as the address-agent. So this is method number 2. This is mortgage takeover. It's all about taking over a cash flowing mortgage. I hope he does, CB. I hope he does. But honestly, that doesn't excuse his actions, because what was Bill Clinton doing there? What were you doing there, bro? I hope you tell all, but what were you doing there? That does not excuse his actions. Okay. So I don't know what that is. Data tree. I don't know what that is. Richard, is sub 2 going to end? I don't do sub 2 deals. I haven't in a long time. I do mortgage takeover deals. Those are personal property transfers. Sub 2 is real estate transactions. I sell trusts. I don't sell properties. And what I do is not regulated under real estate law, unless I'm doing a deal like a fix and flip or a seller finance deal. But I could put both of those inside of a trust, and then it wouldn't be the same. You sell the trust, not the property. I sell the trust that contains it, not the property. So it's kind of governed under a different set of rules. Legally speaking, a personal property transfer. Do you use anything beside PropStream and BuyBox Cartel? No. I use BuyBox Cartel, and I check the information with PropStream. Batch Leads has the same data as BuyBox Cartel. Same data provider. We bought their data. Okay. I'll send her a voice message. Or I can't. She has an Android. Hey, I just left a message for you. Interested by I'm an interested buyer for your listing on 33rd Street in Jacksonville. My lender had a few questions that I couldn't answer from the photos. Richard Taylor. I was hoping to hop on a call with the listing agent. How do I leave this group chat? Amari, I don't know why you put me in a group chat, but I don't know what this is. I don't want to be in here. Can you leave group chats on iMessage? Just don't know what this is. Anyways. I would like to do another mortgage takeover call because it's just, there's so many. Remember, look for the cash flow. So yeah, this is a good screen share. Yeah, this is good criteria right here. You know, they're owing 105. They're asking 125. That's fine, but see how it's not really cash flowing more than $100 per month. Look for the cash flow, guys. Look for the cash flow. 250. Okay, so it's got a bit of cash flow here, not a crazy amount. I think it gets better than that. 83, 89, 14. It's very helpful to see this figure. 447. I'm getting a call from an agent. Chatsworth Street. Hold on. Chatsworth. This is our Detroit cash deal we just spoke about. I was offering 50 on this. Hello?
Hey, is this Richard?
Hey, Garrett, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing really well. I was calling about the Chatsworth Street property in Detroit.
Yep, absolutely.
It doesn't look terrible except for the structure in the back. I was wondering if you knew anything about the wooden structure in the back. Everything else looks kind of fine on it, but I can send my guy out there to assess, but I thought you might know something.
It's pretty shot. I mean, it's a lot of water. A lot of water has gotten in there. There's definitely some extra work to be done on the structure in the back.
Okay, is it an afterthought? Was it added on after the property was built, or do you think it came like that? Because maybe I could just tear it down.
Yeah, you might be able to just tear it down. I would have to confirm by kind of walking the property again, but my impression from here is that having walked it a couple times, is that it's something you could take off.
Okay, yeah.
I do want to let you know, though, the property is currently under contract.
Oh, I see. Okay, never mind.
Yes, but we're still negotiating on price during diligence. So it's possible it comes back to market. but I should have some other shells, type rehab opportunities, if not on that same block in the same neighborhood.
Hey, would it be multifamily as well, or a single family that could be converted?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm really interested in that. I just did one on Tacoma Street. It's about a mile up the road from here. I'm finishing up that. It's going to go to market in about, 4 or 5 days from now. So I'm trying to line up a next one.
Okay, great. Are you selling it?
Yeah, I flip these properties myself. You can make all contracts non-assignable.
Pardon me?
You can make all contracts non-assignable. I'm an end buyer on these. But if you'd save my number and call me or text me when you have any distressed multifamily in Detroit, I'm ready to pull the trigger on something right now.
Okay, awesome. Non-assignable. Okay, got it.
Yeah, every time I call an agent, they're like, "Are you the end buyer? Yeah, are you the end buyer on this?" And I'm like, "Man, throw in your non-assignment clause. I'm not looking to wholesale this."
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I've done a lot of work on Tacoma. I'm trying to figure out which one this is.
I like Tacoma Street a lot, so if you've got more over there, I'm interested. But really, all over Detroit, my only thing is I don't want any shootings in the area, but it can be pretty dilapidated.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it'd be surprising to me if there hasn't been any shootings around that Tacoma.
None over there. One of them here, but just one, and it's a couple blocks down.
Okay, got it. Awesome. Well, I'll keep you in the loop, Richard.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks. My name is Richard Taylor. Anything distressed in Detroit, and from time to time, I'll buy a turnkey single family if you have any.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yep. Welcome. Bye.
Okay, where were we? Anyways, that thing's under contract already. We'll see if it comes back to market, but that's a great agent connection. If you want to unlock the other properties that are in Detroit or another market that are not posted for sale on Zillow, call agents and ask them if they have any other listings coming to market. You will get exclusive opportunities. I promise. It's called a pocket listing. So he's going to send me a pocket listing. I'll send a follow-up here and I'll say, send anything distressed and multi-family in Detroit. Why non-assignable? 2 reasons. If I wanted to wholesale the property, I could double close. That's the first thing. Second reason, I'm buying it. Somebody's calling me. I'm getting a call from Florida. That's got to be the agent I just called on. I don't know who's calling me. Hello?
Hi, this is Elizabeth Duke returning your call.
Hi there, Elizabeth. Yeah, I was calling about the listing you had on 33rd Street. Is it an okay time?
Sure. Yeah,
Perfect.
what's up?
Yeah. I wanted to ask about the comps here because I think this is a rehab I'd be willing to take on. However, I will say neighbor's house on Long Branch Boulevard just sold for $150, and it's kind of the same thing. And this thing probably needs like $20,000. So I'm close, but I would wonder if there's any wiggle room on the 115 as I'm seeing ARV kind of close to like 150 on this.
What are you thinking?
Well, I want it to be closer to like 90 on that. I don't know if that's too steep.
I can tell you he's turned down offers at 90.
Okay. We'll skip that.
But
then.
you're welcome to send it, and I'm happy to pass it along. But
I'm curious, is that because they have to bring some money to the closing table based on what they owe on the mortgage? Because some of these scenarios, I just take the mortgage over.
No, and he's not interested in that either.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, if you want to submit 90 for me, I can send you a proof of funds on it, and I guess we'll just go from there.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
So I really don't spend too much time on the phone with them. I kind of gauge the tone of the voice. And if the tone of the voice is just kind of like that, it's really not worth it. It's just move on to the next one. One of the most common questions I see all asking me is, Richard, they said no. Now what? And I'm like, bro, you can't be left in 2 inches of water, can you? Move on to the next one. Please move on to the next one. We have millions of listings on Zillow. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Just move on to the next one. We are not here to convince. We are here to find agents who understand the value that we provide. And if they don't understand, that's fine. You will call me back when you do understand. So anyways, I thought it was interesting how she said, no, that's not the case. And then she proceeded to say, but he's not interested in doing that. Well, wait a second. If that's not the case, how do you know he's not interested in doing that? Oh, it is the case. It is the case. Will you call me back when you come to reality here? This guy just sent me another deal. So the agent who has pocket listings just sent me another deal. All right, and I think on this next one, we will do seller financing, and that will be our final example. So guys, I'll show you a couple more examples in Jacksonville just to explain what we're looking for. And ultimately, it is probably something like this. You see this house right here, guys? This would be a great opportunity to take over the debt. I'm calling them, and I'm usually making them an offer that's not going to make sense to them, like $120,000. Why 120? Well, if they owe 117 and you offer 120, muted. I hate Instagram. I'm just going to say how much I hate Instagram. Okay, fine. I like Instagram, but their live stream is so bad. Like your live stream platform, Instagram, makes no sense to me. It just lags and it gets muted all the time. Okay. He sent me this deal right here, and it could be a good seller finance opportunity. So I will check the debt really quickly to see if that would be 177, no debt. Okay, they're looking for rent. Tenant in place. You know, I'll just call him. We'll just call him. Let's call this guy back.
Hey,
Okay, he's not available. He's unavailable. Okay. Anyways, mortgage takeover, target cash flow, make sure people live there. And if you're looking to understand the pitch for that, you're going to want to do our mortgage takeover course. So our mortgage takeover course explains the pitch. The pitch is called the Trojan horse pitch, and it kind of goes like this. If you call somebody and you off the bat offer to take over their debt, they might say no to it. But how about this? You call somebody, they're asking 146. That's my listing. Owner just decided to sell instead, vacant. Oh, okay. When you're off the call, let me know about price. Okay. Anyways, make an offer that they can accept. It kind of goes like this. Hey, I see you're looking for 146. What if we offered you 120? Oh, you can't take 120? Why not? Oh, really? They've got a mortgage on the property. Well, why don't we go ahead and take over the debt that they have on the property? Make them spit out the fact that they have a mortgage. Don't call and say, I see your mortgage. Let me take it over. They're not going to like that. They consider it to be private information. So I like to kind of wiggle my way in there by saying, oh, is that kind of because of the debt that they have on the property that they couldn't accept an offer like that? And if they say yes, then you know it's going to be a great idea to offer to take over the debt that they have. I would say that this mortgage information is probably, oh, I don't know. She just snapped today, out of country investor. I have a relationship with the private money lender. If it's a private money lender, I can't take over the debt. No taking over the debt if it's a private money lender. I don't know if she has debt on it, though. It says she bought it in cash 5 years ago. Maybe the cash sale was a private money lender. Let me see if I got this over to her. Hold on. Oh, no, I don't have time for that. Did I send this to Shell? Bear with me. Sorry, guys. So you are currently in a mortgage statement or God, I can't speak. Holy shit. So you are currently in a chat with Shell via email, if that's the email that you gave me. This is in your email right now, and she has asked you for the mortgage statement. So mortgage statement and purchase and sale agreement. So your JV person, the girl you know who has that deal, she's going to have the purchase and sale agreement, and then you get the mortgage statement from the seller, and then we go from there. Her email, if you can't find thread, is okay. All right. Anyways, I think we've wrapped up mortgage takeover. I think we understand mortgage takeover. Take the course if you need more information on it. Let's talk seller financing, guys. Okay, seller financing also can be found on Buy Box Cartel. Let's switch our deal type to seller finance and let's just search Jacksonville. I mean, guys, I don't think we do a lot in Jacksonville, but Jacksonville is a great market. When I was starting, I did lots of deals in Jacksonville. Okay, so for this one, I'm looking for non-cash flowing, free and clear multifamily. Non-cash flowing, free and clear multifamily. Okay. Anyways, could we find something like this in Detroit? Non-cash flowing. Do you guys know what I mean by non-cash flowing? Non-cash flowing means if you get a mortgage on the property, the mortgage exceeds what the house rents out for. Does that make sense? If you get a mortgage on the property, the mortgage exceeds what the house rents out for. So reiterating the two types of deals that we've already discussed. Cash deal, find a house in Jacksonville listed for 100, get that shit for 40 or 50. Maybe like 50 or 60, right? Or maybe 70 if it's turnkey. It's mortgage takeover. Okay, so you found the house that's listed for 100 and you offered 70, but they said no. Why did they say no? They said no because they had a mortgage on the property. Offer to take over that debt as long as it cash flows. Remember, difference between mortgage payment and rent. And if you're like, Richard, you're going too quickly. Have you taken the courses? Have you taken the courses? This is just to reiterate, this is not your foundational understanding. You got to take the courses, guys. So those are the first two types of deals that we discussed today, cash deals and mortgage takeover. Third type of deal, our least common type of deal, but our highest paying type of deal is going to be a non-cash flowing multifamily. You can find these on Crexi. You can find them on LoopNet. You can find them on Zillow. Let's go ahead and check it out. So first things first, we're going to be looking at, I actually have to make one more call. I'm so sorry. I got to make one more call. I'm going to call Shell really quick because I have a deal and I want to see if that's been sold. I have a mortgage takeover. So on the thread of mortgage takeover, let me just.
Hello, Richard.
Hi, Shell. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I wanted to follow up on Lappin Street in Detroit, the mortgage takeover I sent you.
Yes, I need some more info on that one, like the purchase price, because it looks like on the one you sent me, I don't have it. But I'm actually about to post it.
Okay. Do you, what do you need from me?
Do you have like the purchase price for that, the total? Because I'm not sure if I'm correct, because the one you sent me, I just added them up. So I just want to make sure I'm right.
Let me check the contract that I had sent you.
Oh, I don't have the contract. Can you send it to me?
Oh, my bad. My bad. I thought I had sent it to you.
Yeah, the Houston one that's been posted. Yeah.
Huh. I'm sorry. Where did I send this to you? I guess I didn't send it to you. Let me go ahead and get you the contract really quickly.
Yeah, it's actually on iMessage. She just sent me the terms.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that. My apologies. Let me get you the contract right now.
No worries. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
I'm going to send it to your email, okay?
Okay, all right. I'll wait for it.
Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Looks like we're frozen, guys. Okay. Hold on. I'll fix the camera. Don't worry. I'll fix the camera. And then let me grab my contract and DocuSign. Hold on. I'm fixing the camera. Okay, so agreements, JV, addendum, fully executed. What about Lappin? LAPP. I gotta go to DocuSign and find it. So completed with DocuSign, view completed document. So I got a completed purchase and sale agreement on this mortgage takeover, 632 payment, rented actively for $1,200. I should be able to make 5K on this. We're going to download this, combine PDFs here. And then looks like my camera's down fully. I'll fix my camera in just a second. Okay, camera. Come on, camera. We're going to work, right? Oh, come on. Work for me, please. And then we'll do some seller finance, and then we'll do questions. Come on. Yes, working. Okay. YouTube, good now? Yes, we're good. Okay, sorry about that. Right, seller financing. Let's go back to it. So I'm looking for a non-cash flowing multifamily. I'll try to identify it in Detroit. I don't know if it will exist in Detroit, though. It might not be in Detroit. I love Atlanta, too. Atlanta's a really good market, like a really, really, really good market. Oftentimes too competitive. Damn, look at this White House in Atlanta. That's insane. They literally have an Oval Office. I'm looking at a house in Atlanta right now, guys. I just can't even fathom this. Why would you need something like that? Does anybody desire to live in 16,000 square feet? Atlanta White House, a presidential masterpiece reimagined? That's ridiculous. That's absurd. These guys literally have a White House replica. Okay, fine. We'll stop. You're getting distracted. We don't do deals on properties like that, okay? We don't do deals on properties like that. I just am genuinely interested in properties. So whenever I see something like this, I'm like, wow, who buys this type of stuff? Who buys this? I just don't get it. Anyways, that's not important. That's not what we're here to do. So let's reset all of our filters. Let's find ourselves a non-cash flowing multifamily. Now I'm going to go a little outside the city. I'm going to go like maybe Marietta area. I'm going to filter for multifamily. What's this? No. Well, maybe. What is it? It's a multifamily investor's dream. Long-term tenant paying $2,000 a month and the tenant wishes to remain. Okay, shit, that's cash flowing. So that's cash flowing. What do I mean? Well, if you got a mortgage on this property, it would cash flow if one unit is rented for $2,000. So that cash flows well, guys. I'm looking for that thing that does not cash flow, like this guy. Fully occupied 2-unit duplex. Great. That's probably not going to cash flow. That probably won't work. It's been here for 40 days. They want $400,000 for it. Now, let me talk to you about what I mean by this. So if you buy this house as a normal investor, you're putting 400, you're buying it for 400, you put 80 racks down. And you've got probably a 7.1% interest rate. And then we add taxes and insurance. Let me close some of these tabs. I got a lot of tabs open. Don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. Yes. No. Okay. Let's figure out what it is rented out for. So they didn't tell us the most important thing. Both units are occupied. Photos are from this month. Bro, you don't have any photos of this listing. No photos, no details on what it's occupied for. It's in Lawrenceville, Georgia. And I don't know what Lawrenceville, Georgia is, but perhaps we could estimate the rent here. So if I go for sale to for rent, maybe I could see. Townhouse for $1,300. Townhouse for $1,300. That's not a house. That's a duplex. That's a duplex for $1,400. So I feel like they're getting probably about $1,300 per side. So maybe it's bringing in $2,600. Nice little estimate of $2,600. Would that cash flow? Depends on my taxes and insurance. $330 and $133. And then I'm also going to go ahead and grab my monthly payment here of $2,150. So I'm paying $2,600. Let's figure out what it's occupied for. Now, guys, if I were a lender and I call my lender and I say, hey man, I want you to qualify me for an investment loan. I really want you to qualify me for an investment loan on this property. You're asking what it rents out for? It rents out for $2,600. Tenants in place, $2,600. What's my monthly pay? My monthly payment is also $2,600. What's the problem? Can't you give me a loan? Yeah, I'm paying $2,600, but my tenants are also paying $2,600. So like after expenses, I'll lose like $500 a month. Oh, you're saying you don't know how your end is going to get covered? Like how I'm going to pay back the loan that you grant me each month because it costs $2,600 and you don't know how I'm going to pay that? You can't grant me a loan because I'm losing money every month. Huh. And that's just like across the board? As I said, if the property is renting out exactly for what you're bringing in, it doesn't make sense. But it makes sense for seller financing. So I would call them and I'd be like, well, hey, how do I get qualified? How do I get qualified? So let's call this person. This guy's name is Chandler Alverson. First things first, I'd like to know the debt on the property to understand what type of deal I'm trying to do on it. So debt looks like $260 and 3 open mortgages. And all of a sudden, I'm not interested. I'm not taking over 3 different mortgages. It's also the payments here are such that I couldn't make monthly payments to the seller. So I'd have to seller finance it. I'd have to take over his debt here and I'd have to make him payments for the rest, but I don't have room to make him payments for the rest. Do you understand what I'm saying? All of these mortgages together are like what, $1,500? The property's bringing in $2,600. When I add taxes and insurance to this, it's like $2,000. Guys, I can't be paying $2,000, be renting out for $2,600 and have monthly I can't be paying $2,000 on my mortgage or $1,900 or $1,800 on my mortgage, rent out for $2,600, $2,700 and make monthly payments on top. There's no room. I have a house in Georgia, $100K, no mortgage, needs repairs, estimate $140, $160 repaired. Is it in the middle of nowhere? Like, do 2,000 people live there? Because if it's 2,000 people who live there, there's no market. Anyways, so that one didn't work for me. Why didn't it work? The mortgages. I don't like the mortgages. It just fundamentally does not make sense. So I'll look at the next opportunity. That guy's coming soon, so I'll let him be. That guy's, I don't know what that is. What is this? Well-maintained duplex, $400,000, and it's ugly. Good. What's your mortgage? That's probably the first thing I should check. Please be free and clear. Please be free and clear. I'd like to make you payments. Okay, they're not free and clear, and that loan, just like the other one, is costing like $1,800 per month. So yeah, you could try to do a hybrid here, but how does that make any sense, guys? You take over the debt, you give them a $40K down payment, then where's the rest? It's not there. It's literally not there. There's no room to make monthly payments on something like that. So we need it to be free and clear. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for that non-cash flowing opportunity, but I don't want a mortgage on it, guys. So that's a duplex. It looks to be vacant and it looks to be in a nice residential area. Looks a lot like Stranger Things, actually. If this thing is in that it's a nice duplex, somebody might live in one side and rent out the other. I want it to be ugly. I want it to be ugly like the duplexes we just looked at. So I'm really only looking for ugly ones. All of these ones here, okay, that's pretty ugly. No, I mean, it's actually not that bad. I want it to be ugly, guys. Find me my ugly duplex. What about you? Are you ugly? Yeah, kind of ugly. Incredible opportunity to own a strong cash flow duplex near downtown Lawrenceville, close to schools. The duplex is a great addition to your portfolio. No HOA. Main floors, open concept. I like this one. It's pretty ugly. Why do I want it to be ugly? I don't want a retail buyer to be interested. No retail buyers, please. Oh, there's your mortgage. And now I'm pivoting. Now I'm going to go to Georgia. Oh, I can't search by state. Atlanta. Or maybe Marietta. Marietta, Georgia. Filters. Or Macon. Macon's good. I like Macon. I like Macon a lot. It's a dangerous, cheap market, which I like. Minimum equity, probably 100% equity. I don't want them to have a mortgage. Property details, multifamily 2 to 4 and duplexes. And I found a couple. Okay, I found a couple. Let's check this one. So the interior of this guy, what is this? That looks residential to me. Yeah, that's a residential house, guys. It can't be residential. You see all the desirability things in here? It can't be like that. So I honestly, I do kind of like reverse engineering the search on Zillow first. You start on Zillow, and then you just go from there. So 400. I'll just, before I even check anything else out, let's just check mortgages. I'll just look for my free and clear one. It's not that it needs to be free and clear, guys. It's just come on, work. Dawsonville, Georgia? Atlanta, Georgia? Is that the house? Yeah, that's the house. Okay. Y'all have mortgages on your house. Y'all have mortgages. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. What about the next one? I just don't have room. That's a foreclosure. No go on foreclosures. They should have contacted us first. This one's kind of ugly. Rental grade. Ugly rental grade is good. They seem to think it's in Atlanta, Georgia. 169 on your loan. Everybody got a loan on the property. Everybody got a loan. Okay, 112, fully leased duplex. It's going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. I don't have rooms to make payments to people if you have a loan like this. No rooms to make payments. It's just not going to work. Do you understand what I mean by that, guys? He has a mortgage of $1,000 per month. It's not going to make sense for me to take over his debt. It'll be probably $1,200 a month in payments after taking taxes and insurance on top. And then I can probably make him payments of $500 per month towards his equity of like 200 racks. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So I need these to be free and clear. Now, PropStream isn't really working super well. I look up the opportunities and it doesn't actually show me what I'm looking for. This guy looks good. 200 days on market. Perfect for investors or owner occupants. Looks like a nice little duplex. Any debt on the property? Oh my God, you all have debt. I'm moving markets. Indianapolis. I'm tripping. We can easily find one that doesn't have debt. We can easily find one with no debt. Okay, 4.2 duplex, 165 days on market, no interest from people. And then debt? No debt. Yay. Okay, good thing I kept looking. Okay, good thing I kept looking. All right. So, 2 bed, 1 bath. What do we think it's going to rent out for? Let's zoom in. For sale, now for rent. It's a house for $1,450. That's a house for $2,000. So I feel like it's probably going to go for maybe $1,200. 4 bed, 2 bath, 2 bed, 1 bathroom, offering about 850 square feet per side. So yeah, I'm going to go with $1,200. I think it'll rent for $1,200. They're asking $347 on this. Down payment on 347 is going to be 70, 60, 69. Gosh, can I type? Yeah, 69,000, probably 7.25. That's your monthly payment. And then when you add taxes and insurance, we're looking at 232 plus 116, 232 plus 150. We'll use 150. And then adding to 1900, your payment's going to be 2300, and I think it's rented out for 2400. Let's see. It's listed by Thomas Allen. All right, where's the realtor's phone number? There he is. Let's give him a call. It's all about this thing not cash flowing. Here we go.
Thank you for calling Schwartzco Commercial Real Estate.
We need to talk to the agent, not the brokerage. The brokerage is closed. So I'm gonna look up the agent's name. Did bro die? I think bro died. There's an obituary. I don't think bro is around anymore. Unless this is him. Alan Farr Real Estate. I bet he follows me. I bet bro follows me. Do you think he follows me? I bet he follows me. I found the guy. Alan Farr. All right, we call. I think I found him.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Richard Taylor, Maxwell Drive buyer.
Thanks, Richard Taylor. Please stay on the line. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. Okay, so here's the pitch. You're trying to buy it at their asking price. Maybe we can have somebody role play with me. We got somebody who wants to role play. Who can role play with me? Maybe Andrew. Maybe my editor can role play with me. Andrew, you want to role play with me? Okay. Maybe this guy. This guy can role play with me. Okay, whoever this guy is. Hello. Hello? You're muted right now. Oh,
Can you hear me?
yes. How are you?
Yes, success.
You're going to be the realtor here, okay? And I'm going to be...
Oh, that's my little son. My bad. Sorry.
You're all good. You're all good, man. You're going to be the realtor. I'm going to be the buyer.
Okay.
This is exactly how I would pitch seller financing to you. The only information you need here is that your tenants are currently paying $1,200 per side for the property on my screen, okay?
$1,200.
Yes, $1,200 per side. So it's bringing in $2,400, okay? And you don't have to yield.
Okay.
You could be the normal realtor. I don't want you to necessarily go easy. Just be a normal realtor. What your experience of them saying, reflect that.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Well, and your name is what?
Just yo.
Yo or Joe?
Yo. Y-O.
All right. What's up, yo? Okay.
Yes.
Hi, is this Yo?
Yeah, this is him.
Hi, Yo.
How are you doing today?
I'm well, man. I was calling about your listing on Maxwell Drive. You got a minute?
My son is being articulate, but yeah, I got a minute to talk.
Okay, cool. You know, I didn't have too many questions, except for about your tenants here. You guys have tenants in place on this property?
So we have one person there, but I think they're going to be leaving soon.
Okay. Do you know what it's renting out for?
I believe I was charging my tenant about $1,300.
$1,300. Okay. So what do you think you're getting like per side? Maybe like $2,600 total? Sorry.
Well, the thing is, it's not even my property. Someone else kind of one of my great grandfathers kind of grandfathered it into me. So I mean, we were collecting something, but I'm not really sure what we're actually getting right now.
Okay. Well, I'm an interested buyer on this. I am running into a bit of an issue though. If y'all are bringing in $2,500, see, if I buy this at the 347, my mortgage payment is $2,500. I can't, as an investor, I can't qualify for a mortgage if my payment is exactly what I'm bringing in. So my payment's about $2,450. Y'all are going to bring in about $2,500. So I have to get my payment below what the property rents out for, or else no lender will qualify me kind of across the board. Is there a lot of wiggle room on the price to get that payment down?
Right. I mean, the biggest thing is probably something that is something I can offer my my son and my family coming about. So I'm definitely willing to sell it, but I think my pushing point is like at least, well, I don't know. What can you offer me right now?
Dude, remember, you're the realtor in this. You're the realtor. Sorry, can somebody role play with me? I need somebody to role play. I'm sorry, dude. It can't be your grandpa's property. You're the realtor, and we kind of dropped the ball as soon as we said the rent here. All right, I'm gonna try that. I'm sorry, dude. We gotta do it. We gotta do a role play on this, like a realistic one. I want you to be like a realtor. I want you to be like an actual realtor, the same way we talk to them. So who do we have up on stage now?
Hey, what's up, Richard?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Chilling, man, chilling.
I'm just looking for you to be a normal ass realtor, man. No weird story. You got tenants on both sides paying $1,200. You're not the owner. You're the realtor. Okay.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
All right. And what's your name?
Omar.
Omar. Hey there. Is this Omar?
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, man. I was calling about your listing on Maxwell Drive. You got a minute?
Oh yeah, dude. Always, brother. Always.
My lender.
What's going on, man? Talk to me.
My lender just wanted to know what your tenants were paying. That's really the only question I have on this.
You know what? I think they're paying $1,200 each, bud.
$1,200, so $2,400 total.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay, got it. And I don't have any photos of the inside. I'm guessing it's just because the tenants are. Is it in decent condition?
Yeah, I mean, livable. Yeah.
Okay, I might need help getting qualified for a loan on this one. I applied for a loan, and they said they could do the deal kind of based on the rent. It's a DSCR loan. My payment on my loan's $2,400 and some change, but I'm bringing in $2,400, and that's kind of what I had estimated to bring in. So I was calling just to see if the rent might have been higher than I thought here. But if I'm paying $2,400 and I'm bringing in $2,400, that's kind of a no-go for lenders across the board. You know any lenders who qualify for loans like that? Because I'm not really going to be making any money on it, and it is kind of against their guidelines. So my lender wasn't really willing to fund it.
Yeah, no, that's going to be tough, man. Yeah.
And you got tenants in place, so
and
it's not
the rent, the rent in the area, I would say 24 is probably going to be around like a safe cap.
Okay.
Bro. Yeah.
I'm looking to buy a property where my mortgage is below what I'm renting out the property for. And maybe this can be that property. But obviously at the 347, my payments are kind of where they are. Is there flexibility on the purchase price at this time? Because I'd love for my mortgage to be somewhere around $1,500. If I could get my mortgage to $1,500, I'd be making like $500, $600 a month.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The flexibility, 347. That's basically kind of where we're gonna be at. That's kind of where we need to sell for everything to kind of make sense.
And I saw in the description you're kind of looking for an investor. in that investors can't really get loans if they're negatively cash flowing. How do we buy something like this? Because I would give you the 347, but I'm just negatively cash flowing so much.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. You know,
Okay. I
what
will
do you?
say,
I mean, like,
I will say,
what are you trying to work out?
well, what I'm saying is I'd buy this thing at your asking price, but my mortgage payment is 2,400 and y'all are bringing in 2,400. I need my mortgage to be around $1,500 for this to make sense for me and for my lender to qualify me. But if I were to get my mortgage from 2,400 to 1,500, I mean, it's kind of an insulting offer. It's like $100,000 below your asking price. So I don't even know if something like that's worth presenting.
Yeah, probably not.
So
you're right about that, dude.
So if you got tenants in the property and we can't have an owner occupant in the property because the leases are in place and it can't be purchased by an investor and we can't get that amount of a discount, how does this thing sell? Because I saw that it's been here for like 5 or 6 months or so. Do you think it's there because retail buyers can't buy it because of the tenants and investors can't buy it because of the cash flow?
I mean, yeah, honestly, it sounds about right, man. But I can't really get my my seller to budge on that price. So it's definitely been tough, brother. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
You think they'd consider a $400K offer financed over, say, 6 years? Because I would offer over the asking price to see if we could present a seller finance offer. Because I know seller finance isn't really going to make sense, but I literally don't know how this listing is going to sell. And if you go to your client and instead of saying, hey, do you want to do seller finance? You say, hey, this buyer wanted to be at your asking price, but the mortgage is exactly what you're renting out for.
I mean, kind of explain a little bit about, what it is that you're talking about, like seller finance. I'm not really too familiar with that. I mean,
yeah. So it's what
do you mean?
It's like payments to your seller. So like I would offer y'all $400,000. I'll pay your commission and then I'll put some money in your client's pocket. So how about this? I'd give your client $30,000 in cash and I'll give you $10,000 in cash for your commission. And then I'll make them payments for about 6 years. And then on year 6, I'll give them everything else I owe them. So out of the 400, let's say on year 6, I owe them, I don't know, 297. I'll pay them out 297 on year 6. So it's kind of like a seller financing arrangement. 400,000, $40,000 cash as a down payment. We'll make them payments of, call it $1,000 per month. And then on year 6, I can balloon them out everything else. But remember, if you go to your client and you say, hey, do you want to do seller financing payments like that? The answer is going to be a no. And in an effort to get your commission paid and hopefully help this deal close, I would go to them and I'd start it with, this buyer wanted to pay 347. They were ready to go at 347, but they got declined on a loan as every other buyer has been getting declined. It's because the payment on the loan is exactly what the payment that you're bringing in is. So there's really no way to get qualified unless we lowball you. That's why we've been getting so many lowballs. Now, instead of giving up, this buyer said, hey, what if we looked at $400,000 seller finance? He acknowledged that, yeah, I get that you don't really want to seller finance, but we can't get approved for a loan. We can't lowball you and it can't sell to a retail buyer. So it's kind of like lowball, hold on to the property, or seller finance. So I'm wondering if we can go to the client with sort of that rhetoric rather than an offer, that rhetoric being this buyer would love to buy it at 347, but nobody under the sun will qualify any investors at that price because of the income of the property versus what the mortgage is costing. Instead of holding onto the property or taking a low ball, what if we looked at $400,000 over a period of 6 years?
You know what, man? I've never really dealt with the like a seller finance like that. But listen, at this point, I don't really think that it would be unreasonable to at least present this to him. But yeah, I mean, you guys want to send over like an offer, kind of like a little little structure.
I would say the main thing here is in this offer, start with they would love to buy it at the 347. There's literally just no way to get qualified for a loan like that. And then after that, we can jump to the but this buyer did offer 400 seller finance. And yeah, I can definitely send you over my offer for that. That's really all I'm looking for. Just presenting it to the client with the same reasoning I gave you.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, like, hey, look, what's the worst that's gonna happen? He's gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean,
and we're back to where we're at. Yeah, I mean,
I got to make 20 phone calls before I find somebody who would be interested in an offer like this. But anyways, let me know what they say to that. I'll go ahead and send over the terms to you. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So it's, guys, obviously hypothetical because we couldn't get into a real phone call right now. The realtors just won't pick up the phone. But guys, I just want to let you know that is the real process for buying a house if it's an investment. The loan is called a DSCR loan, guys. DSCR loan. And a DSCR loan is a debt service coverage ratio. Do you see how it says net operating income divided by debt service? If your property is bringing in the same amount that you're paying, you're not getting the loan. And it's not about you, because most loans are about your personal credit. It's not about your credit, guys. It's about whether or not you're cash flowing. So when it comes to a house like this thing that's been here for 165 days, if you've ever asked yourself, why has it been there for so long? Well, it is for investors. This thing is a duplex, so it's for investors, and it's not a nice duplex. It's literally just a duplex. And I'm calling them and I'm like, hey, I'd really like to buy this at your asking price, but how do I get a loan on it? I might need help with a lender because there's literally just no way to do it. And then I acknowledge the fact that they're not really interested in seller financing. So I try to get them to pitch it in the exact same way that I've pitched it to them, but over their asking price. Somebody in the chat just asked me, why are you offering over their asking price? What's the point of that? Well, I'm offering over their asking price to incentivize them. And then how do I make that work for us? Well, I have that act as the interest rate rather than stacking an interest rate on top of it. So if you're like, well, would that actually work? Well, let's find out. Let's say I buy it for 400. I put down $40,000 and I have 0% interest payments of $1,000 per month for 72 months, which is 6 years. I'm going to owe 288 at my balloon. The property is currently listed for 365. Guys, don't you think in 6 years it might be worth 400? If not way more? That's pretty low appreciation for the Atlanta metro market, right? So let's say the property is worth 400K in 6 years. How do we get the 288 that we owe the seller? We owe the seller 288. We bought it for 400. We put 40 down and we paid down 72,000. So we owe 288,000. How do we get them 288? Where does that come from? How does that work? Well, it's important for you to understand the concept of refinancing. If I call the bank and I'm saying, hey bank, Mr. Banker, hey Chase Bank, I have a 400K property. What can you give me as a loan against the property? Have you ever heard of anybody taking out a second mortgage on their house? Y'all ever heard of that? How much can you take out against your property if it's an investment? Like, let's say it's an investment property. How much can you take out on an investment property? 75%. 75%. So, hey there, Mr. Wells Fargo, Mr. Chase, whatever it is, right? Remember, investment property. How much can I get on a loan against my house? It's a 400K house. How much can I get? Oh, 75%. So what is that? What is that? I owe my other lender 288. So if it's a $400,000 house and I can take out 75%, oh, cool. That's 300,000. So you give me a loan for 300 against my 400K property? Great. Okay, cool. If we can do that, then I can just pay off the 288 and I'll pay you back over the next 30 years. It's called a refinance. So at your balloon, even though you offered over their asking price, you pay it down very quickly and you can refinance at your balloon. Okay. All right. Quick call to Harry, then I'll do questions. But that's my course for today. What's up, Andrew?
What's up, man? Hey, so do you remember that Hedera deal in Washington, Olympia?
Yeah.
Have you heard anything recently about it? The apparently the seller of that deal and the buyer, I don't know if it was your buyer, but his name was Matt. They were going to do something and then pay out, I think, outside of contract or something. And Shell was saying that the buyer kind of went ghost. I don't know if you know the buyer personally or anything like that.
I had never heard of the buyer.
Okay, gotcha. Never mind. All right, yeah, that was all. I didn't know if you can call him.
I don't even know who she is or he is.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Anyways, let's do some Q&A. Let's look at some deals. So, guys, if you've got deals for me, let's see. I've got a couple people on stage right now. First person is Kalak. How do we speak to you one-on-one? Guys, you can book me.
Hey, how are you?
Hi. I'm well. How are you?
Good. So I have a property I sent over to your team yesterday because I have it under contract. I just need a buyer. And they're telling me it's not worth to put out there. But I did the 70% rule. It's a multifamily bringing in $1,700 a month. And I just wanted a little more clarification if you could.
What's the address?
How can I send that to you?
I would just say it out loud since you already have it under contract.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me grab it.
So every week, guys, I do workshops with my team, and my workshops with the team, they are exactly what we're doing here. So we look at the deals, and I say, is that a deal? Yes or no? Why? Can somebody tell us why? And we have 5 or 6 team members who dispo deals, and the dispositions managers, they say yes deal, no deal, yes, and we quiz them. Our last quiz was on Thursday. It was on cash return. So they calculate cash on cash return. They look at the discounts that you may have gotten on the property, and they decide whether or not it's a deal. So they essentially do the same underwriting that I do. Sometimes they drop the ball. So I'd be happy to give you a second opinion on it.
Okay, it's 2302 North Oakley Street, Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
Yep, right there. Saginaw, sorry.
Cool.
So I have it under contract for $75K, which is just a little bit above the 70% rule, and then it's bringing in $1,750 a month.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. The house is moderately distressed, but not terrible. Looks like a light rehab would make it good condition. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we could shoot our shot at something like that. I feel like that's feasible. It's in a bit of a smaller market than Detroit, but it is not. I've heard of it before. It's not immensely rural.
Yeah, I was looking there a little bit because you did mention it a few weeks back. You guys were talking about that area, so I just gave it a shot.
Yeah, we can shoot our shot.
But it is all.
It's kind of a 50-50. I think it's a 50-50. I would definitely post this all over Facebook if I were you. I'd post it all over Facebook, see if you get any bites of your own. But yeah, I'll tell them to so resubmit the deal. And do you know who spoke to you?
Hold on one second. It was Chester.
Yeah, he's the newest on the team. Yeah. Let's give him a call. Tenants in place for $1,700 now?
No, it was just rented out for $1,700, but they got rid of them when they decided they were going to sell it.
Your call has been.
Okay, I'm going to send him a voice message. Go ahead and resubmit this.
Okay, much.
Absolutely. Sorry about that.
Good, thank you.
No problem. Okay, Chester, we just had this thing submitted. We got it at 75K and it can bring in 1,700 per month. It was last rented for that, and it doesn't need a tremendous amount of work. So this would be like a 30% cash on cash return. It's not in the best of markets. It's in Saginaw, but it's worth shooting our shot. It's worth shooting our shot on something like this. So if you would tell me why you declined this deal, that would help me out a lot. We just got to make sure that if there's even a slight possibility of this thing selling and it has the discount, we got to shoot our shot at deals like this. Okay. Anyways, guys, remember, with a cash deal, it is always kind of a 50-50. It is always a bit of a 50-50 as to whether or not it's gonna. Oh, is it the shootings? There are shootings though. Oh, okay, never mind. You might have a ton of shootings here. Hold on. Wait, let me just check that really quick. Let me just check that really quickly. Yeah, I think that's probably why. I think the gun violence is probably why. There's just a lot of shootings here, and it's hard for us to justify that to our buyers. That's why. So if you're watching this, it's the first test, and the first test is kind of the shootings that we're running into. So there's just a lot of gun violence in this area, it looks like. And I would say that's probably why it got declined. So yeah, that I feel like that's valid, but it's not to say that somebody wouldn't pick this thing up. What I would recommend if I were you is I would go on Facebook. Here's what I would do. I'd go to Facebook. I'd look up Michigan real estate investing. So I'd go to groups and I would look up Michigan real estate. And then I'm joining Michigan Real Estate Investors Association, Michigan RIA. I'm joining the Midwest Real Estate Off-Market Deals, Investors, Wholesalers, and Properties. You can see that all of my team are in these groups, and I'm going to post that deal in those groups. I'm going to post it with the address, the price that it is available for, so maybe $77,000, and throw it up in there and see if you get any bites on it. That would be what I would suggest for a deal like this. Anyways, Kalek, hopefully you heard that, but I think this is what they saw. The shootings everywhere. So I didn't really check out the violence in the area, but if you're still here, that's kind of what we saw. I have a verbal agreement on a cash deal. Let's check it out. Guys, come show me your deals. If you need help, I'm ready now. So I'm gonna bring people up. Whoa, we got a lot of people up here. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll just start with a couple of y'all. Anyways, we'll start with River. Hello, River. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. How can I help you today?
I just had some questions regarding the different types of deals and some clarifications. Hopefully they're not, redundant and already answered in your cash courses that I skipped over them.
I'm happy to help. How can I help you?
Yeah. So for cash deals, how are you accurately estimating renovation costs if you don't have prior experience, estimating roofs and, walls and paint and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So honestly, it just comes from me looking at the deals and then you continuing to attend these live streams. But I will say, if you really wanted to get analytical about this, which I don't think you should ever spend this much time on a deal, you could call a contractor. So if we looked at a really ugly house, maybe we go to Detroit and maybe we just grab one of the ugly ones. Is this guy ugly? No. Well, if I can find a house that's in distressed condition. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I would say something like this doesn't really need much rehab, but maybe a small amount of rehab. I want to find one where I can kind of walk you through it where it looks bad. I'll put in a price filter. Maybe we do 60,000 maximum and then just click on something real ugly. All right, $45,000. What do you mean? The whole thing is turnkey. This thing looks like AI. Is this an AI house? That's AI. This is not a real house. That's literally AI. This is a fake listing. Multifamily pro. What? Okay, disregard that. I don't know what the hell that is. That's super strange. Okay, interior rehab on something like this. So this is a property in Detroit, Michigan. It's a single family residence. What could the rehab cost on this? Well, honestly, it just comes from you attending these live streams. You could watch videos on the internet about how much rehab might cost, but I'll walk you through it. You could call a contractor if you wanted to and say, hey, what do you think this would cost? But I never had to do that when I was starting. I was just estimating what the floors might cost. So these floors are plastic. These are called LVP. They're not real.
I think you're currently not sharing your screen.
Oh, sorry. Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so I found this property right here in Detroit. It's a distressed single family. It needs a little bit of work. How much work might something like this need? Well, the big ticket items are going to be the windows. If they're ancient windows, like wooden windows versus vinyl windows. Your house has vinyl windows. If you want to know what vinyl windows look like, wooden windows are like they just look really, really old. It is kind of a big expense to change out all the windows in a property. Then the roof, and then the mechanicals like water heater, HVAC, furnace, that type of stuff. So I would say on a property like this, as we look through it, what would it cost to get rental ready? Well, I feel like these cabinets can be salvaged. They just need to be painted. So we're probably looking at paint and new floors throughout the property, paint and new floors. Not that much. I mean, we get a little bit of work here on the hardwood. This is hardwood floor. We can refinish that or maybe paint it. We got hardwood upstairs. This is what a $15K job would look like. So this thing right here would be about $15,000. And there's really no easy way for me to answer that question. Like, how do we know? Just by looking. It's just repetition. I look at deals all day long. You show up to these live streams and you start to know, but I'm sure you could find a video on YouTube that breaks it down. It's not an exact science, but I would say this. Generally speaking, we don't do rehabs over 50K. Our buyers are going to be less interested in rehabs over 50K. But for example, we had a buyer named Harry on the live stream last week. And we probably spent 2 hours understanding what a property might cost to renovate. And he walked through his exact process for that. So it's not exactly a cookie cutter way for me to answer that. You just keep showing up and eventually it clicks.
Gotcha. And then I know with a lot of cash deals, they require proof of funds. And you had mentioned previously that we could use your proof of funds as long as we're submitting our deal to you. Is that acceptable, like prior to you actually seeing the terms of the deal? Like we can use that?
So that's a great question. So proof of funds are right here in the Discord. Now, if you send them proof of funds, and let's say it's a cash deal, you're signing on the cash deal. You're the one signing on it. So you're the one determining whether it's good or bad. The reason we don't sign on cash deals is because 90% of the cash deals we receive are not deals. People love to find a 70K house and get it for 64K. It's just like, how many people are in this chat right now that have a house 10K below list price? Probably 50 of you who are not listening to me right now, but there's probably a lot of people here who have a cash deal that's not a cash deal, and they'd love for us to sign it, but I can't put my name on something that's fundamentally not a deal. So y'all sign for cash deals, and it is okay to sign for a cash deal, even if you use my proof of funds. That's totally fine. As for creative finance deals, those actually go through Buybox Cartel on auto contracts. So in buyboxcartel.com, if you log in, you can do an auto contract. And an auto contract allows us to sign for you, and we review the terms of the deal prior to selling or prior to signing. So let's say, you're here in Buybox Cartel and you want to throw in this address. Auto contracts will quite literally do a contract for you. You click here, you scroll down. What type of offer are you looking for? Let's do a creative finance offer. Let's put in our rent. Maybe it's, I don't know, $2,000 or something, right? And then you see this button that says create contract. It puts this offer into a contract and you can edit the numbers later. So if you're like, wait, my purchase price is not 58 and my payment's not 900, it's fine. We just click this. So this is exactly how y'all do a contract. If you wanted a creative finance contract. However, you could also do a contract in #contracts. So there's a couple ways. I'll reiterate it right now. Actually, I'll write it in the chat. 1, cash contracts. So everybody knows. Cash contracts. These come from your realtor and you are the one that signs. 2, creative contracts. Either fill out your own per hour video and contract in #contracts, or go to buyboxcartel.com and submit an auto contract for our review and signature. So you've got two options. You can either do your own creative contract, and there is a video on there that goes step by step on how to fill it out. And I think a lot of people are intimidated by it, but really it's just a 3-page document. If you open this, do you see all the yellow here?
Yeah.
I've highlighted everything you'd need to fill out in yellow, and there's only 3 pages of yellow. So it pretty much stops after this page right here. So you don't have to fill out anything beyond this page. I also do contracts in front of people 3 or 4 times per week whenever I get an offer accepted on the live stream. And to reinforce that,
if there's ever an issue with buy box cartel auto contracts, there's no reason why you can't go into the Discord and fill out this contract right here.
So there's a video exactly on how to fill that out. So again, guys, cash contracts come from the realtor. You sign those cash contracts. Creative contracts, watch the video. You can either just watch the video and fill out your own contract, or go to buyboxcartel.com and submit an auto contract for us to sign for you.
Perfect. And then just a few more questions. So for seller finance deals and mortgage takeover, it's recommended that you probably upgrade buy box to lightning lead so that you can, one, see if it's free and clear for seller finance, and then also to see the mortgages on mortgage takeovers, right?
Yeah. You have 2 options. You either do lightning leads, or you could do the old-fashioned one, which is PropStream. So like if I wanted to go to Memphis, Tennessee, which is a great market, by the way, if I'm looking in Memphis, Tennessee, and I really want to find somebody who's low equity, I can just put in some filters really quickly and it will show me all of them. So I'm going to put a 20% maximum equity filter in Memphis, Tennessee. And we really want to keep our price point low. So I'm going to put in a minimum or max price point of 120,000, and look what it finds me. So this guy right here is, oh, I got to scroll a little bit. This guy right here is looking for 98, but he owes 130. So he's mega upside down. This guy's looking for 120, owes 135. This guy's looking for 85, owes 121. So there's lots of people who'd be like, you know what? I would love for you to take over my debt. And I can find those opportunities right here on PropStream. However, I could also go into lightning leads. I could also go on Buy Box Cartel. I could click on lightning leads. I could go to Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, Harry's calling me. And I could essentially find the people who are also in low equity positions. Like this guy's listed for 159, owes 162. So it does the same thing, different opportunities. This one is $40 per month, and PropStream is $99 per month. And you can get PropStream by typing #PropStream. Hey, I got to take this call really quick. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good. Are you still live?
Yeah, I am. Should I cancel that contract?
My short answer is not yet.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, look, from the buyer side, which I guess is your side, I mean, we got a pretty vital piece of information like an hour ago.
Yeah.
So we need some time to update our numbers to see if it works how we want it to. The guy that I think I'm going to connect it to, I will be on the phone with him within the next hour, and he said he likes it. I just shared the statement with him, and I'm going to talk him through it. And I don't know, he and I've done a lot of business with. He bought 2 properties for me and gave me a $75K loan, and he has a lot of money that he's looking to work with. So
great. Okay.
It has teeth. So just give me.
No problem. Take your time. Take your time.
Yeah.
Perfect. Great. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Talk soon. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I think I was talking to River.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No
there's
worries.
two options. You could either do lightning leads. Lightning leads is a less comprehensive version of PropStream. I think it's $39 per month or something like that. And then PropStream is PropStream, and it's $99 per month. But I use both. I've always used both. Everybody on my team uses PropStream and lightning leads as well. So, you could kind of play with the two.
Gotcha. And then the last few questions. I know you briefly touched on it in your seller finance course, and then you said there's no real science to it, but how do you, roughly estimate what the payment to a seller should be after you've, given them your pitch?
Buy Box Cartel does it for you. Check it out.
Oh, that is true. Yes.
So if you go to Buy Box Cartel, which you probably already know about, we just changed our UI, so I'm kind of learning how to use it. There we go. You look this up right here, and let's say you're like, I want to create a finance offer. Is there a mortgage? Let's just say no. What's the rent going to be? She told me $1,700. Looks like it spit out an offer right here. 110,000, 11K down, 765 per month. However, a nice rule of thumb is this, what I just put in the chat. 10% over list, 10% down, 40% of rent and payments.
Gotcha. And then in your experience, I've only been here for about a month, but in your experience, has the amount of the monthly payment that you're offering to give this seller been like a thing that they're going to turn down the offer for, or is it not really that big of a deal for them?
The biggest kicker is the down payment. So the monthly payment is less desirable than the down payment. So I really like to prioritize the down payment. The monthly payments, I mean, it's helpful. You have a good monthly payment to the seller here. But ultimately it's the down payment and the purchase price, which really drives it home. I'd probably 20 calls, 20 conversations before somebody says yes to that. And if it's a 100K property with maybe 10K down, I'd probably sell for 8 to 10K.
Gotcha. And then last one, the 7.1 interest rate you're putting on your calculator.
Yeah.
Sometimes you fluctuate that to like 7.3. Sometimes you've gone to like 6.9. What are you basing that off of? Like just current interest rates in general, or like?
Yeah. So as your price goes lower, like let's say you're buying a house for 60K, probably a 7.3 to 7.5% rate. But if you're buying a house for 150, 200K, maybe closer to 7 or 7.1. And if you're buying a house to live in, you could get as low as like 6.1, 6.2.
Gotcha. Okay. I think that's all my questions. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Best of luck, man. I would recommend 10 conversations per day to applicable deals.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Let's talk to Hosier. Wow. Hosier in my chat. That's crazy. Hello? Hosier?
Is it Hoosier boy? It's Hoosier boy. Indiana Master.
Hello. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I was reaching out because I have an actual deal in Dispo right now with you guys. And I was just calling for some insight on it. It's a commercial deal.
Interesting. Okay. Cash or
My
creative
first
finance?
commercial deal. It's a seller finance.
Nice. Yeah, let's talk through it. So before we learn about the building, I'll ask you some fundamentals. What is the purchase price?
The purchase price is $875,000.
$875. Great. What's our down payment?
I got the down payment under contract for $90,000.
Not bad. Not bad. Hey, by the way, what's list price?
The list price is $875.
Very good. You're really good so far. I love the deal so far. And what is it? What can it bring in, like rental wise?
Right now, it's a salon / spa. It has an upstairs too that can be converted to some rental spaces. It has a salt room. On the salon side, it got 10 booths. Right now, out of the 10, 6 is empty, 4 is working at $500 a booth. It's only bringing in $2,000 a month. The property is under a trust. There's no debt.
So
and
pause for a sec. You say you got an $875K property bringing in $2K per month?
Well, right now it only, out of the 10 booths that it has available, it only has 4 with actual salon people working in them.
Okay, got it.
And they're paying $500 a booth.
Understood. So 500 booth, and then we got let's see, what else do we have? What's our payment on the property?
Oh, that is what I don't know off the top of my head. I think Chester knows that because Chester is dealing with this dispo on this.
You got it under contract, right?
Yes, I do.
How come you don't know the monthly payments on your deal?
Oh, for the seller finance?
Yeah.
Monthly payments?
Yeah. What do you?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. It's I'm tripping, Richard. It's $47.50 for monthly payments.
Okay, so it's bringing in $2,000 with 4 chairs occupied, and is it just a salon or is there another income source?
It's a salon. It also has a spa size with 9 booths on it, and those are unoccupied at the moment.
Interesting. Where is this located?
It's in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Interesting. Very interesting market. Okay, so we gotta, and then rehab wise, does it need anything or is it good to go?
The only problem it has at the moment, it needs roof repair.
Okay. Okay. So 875. And then what's our balloon term? Like how long are we seller financing for?
I got them for it's under 6% interest rate. I think 164 months with a 7-year balloon.
Okay. Oh, you got a 6% interest rate on it.
Yes.
That's
but
a little
actually,
scary.
let me rephrase that. I just got the interest rate knocked down to 3%.
Oh, okay. That's really good. Okay. Good interest rate on that. So now your monthly payments went down significantly. What are the monthly payments now?
I haven't did that recalculation yet. I just got the addendum on that like 2 hours ago to be actual.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me. I think that the use of it is kind of niche, but I just dropped your new payments in the chat. I'd love to see an income statement that outlines what they can be making at like higher occupancy.
If everything was filled up, they calculated 10 grand a month.
Good. So that would be a really good deal. The only hurdles I see here are going to be potentially the use of the property being a little uncertain. You know, we know people need places to live, but we don't necessarily know if salon girls need salon things to rent out, but I'm sure they do. So I think the only thing that's interesting about this is the use of the property is a little bit unique, but your numbers, if they're real, I mean, that's good numbers, man. You're probably paying somewhere around like 4,500, 5,000 a month, potential to bring in 10K. 90K down, roughly 10%, 6-year balloon. That's all good to go. I think maybe only just the roof as an issue, but probably not tremendous, not a terrible issue. And then also the use of the property, because an investor like myself is going to think, how do I know that I can get other people in the property renting it out? And perhaps they can, but any evidence that you can gather of past tenants being in place would be very helpful for the dispo.
I have an answer for that because it's going through Chester. I've been trying to delay it to him. They actually have the people that are renting it out. The others don't want to join. Is more want to join. Actually, a hair salon company is interested in leasing the salon section and part of the spa section right now, but they're holding back because there's no owner, and that's what has a lot of the booths unfulfilled because they're waiting on an owner. They don't want to fulfill their booth. And then an owner come in and change the place of business, and then they just lost all their business.
If you can gather evidence, because if I'm a buyer looking at this deal, my only question is, how the hell do I find salon girls or who? I'm sorry, cosmetologists, whatever you call them. Sorry, guys. How do I find people like that? And I know you can. I just need to know how, and I need to know that it's happened in the past. And then that's a great deal, man. That's a great deal.
Will it help to know that the manager is on site? Helps with that. That's where we get the information from, because there's still a manager on site managing the place for the elderly person that owns this property. And they're motivated sellers and they want to get rid of it.
I can see value in your deal. I'm not going to lie. I can see value in your deal. It makes a lot of sense to me. Just get clarity on how we know that these can be rented out and what they could bring in.
And I sent you a link. I don't know if you got it. I sent you the link of it, because it's off market. So I sent you the link that's on the broker's website that I have it on.
How'd you get this thing?
Just actually following you, Richard. You had one of your videos. You was talking about a property, and you was in a white shirt, I believe. And you said, if you ever see a property for a sale sign, you got to talking about a business. And I think you was in your spa that day. And
Okay, I think I lost you, man. Can you hear me? Okay. I don't know why, but I just lost your audio. I don't know why I can't hear you. I'm so sorry. Well, we'll come back to you, okay? We'll come back, but that's a good deal. That's a good deal. You have a great deal. It's great. No problem. Hashtag submit mortgage takeover or whatever the hell that thing is. That's great, man. Good job. I love your deal. Very good job, okay? Oh yeah, really. Guys, if he comes back, tell him he's got a good deal, okay? You've got a good deal. Dubem. Hello.
Hi, Richard.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing well today. What may I help you out with?
So I sent over to you a couple of leads that I have right now, the DMs.
Okay, cool. And then Pam, I just put a question in the chat because I'm kind of curious about your deal. Pam said they sold a deal and it got inspected. Pam, I forgot, what was your fee on that deal? Put it in the chat for us. Let us know how much you made. We need a little bit of Tuesday motivation on this slow day today. Okay, I'm looking Dubem. I'm looking at a deal listed for 90K, multifamily. Interior needs a big rehab. So my immediate concern is that the average ARV of properties like this is usually, is it a triplex? Triplex? Wait. 3 different families could live here. No back taxes, no mortgage. Would recommend updating kitchen and bathroom on first floor. I don't know if is it a triplex or is it a duplex?
I did ask the owner. She said that just like the description says, 3 different families can live there. But from what I'm seeing, I don't think she's actually correct. Because I was asking her, do you have different toilets, that's baths in the different areas on the building? But she said just I think on the ground floor and the first floor. So I don't know if she's actually correct on what she was saying.
Okay. Yeah, probably a duplex then. Probably a duplex. The rehab on something like this is probably like, I mean, geez, is that a new roof? Needs a new roof. Oh man, it could be like 60 or 70. This could be like a 60 or $70,000 job on the rehab. And the ARV of these is usually like 150 because it starts to cash flow not super well after that. So I'm a tad concerned with this because I think your ARV could be like in the 150s and the rehab could be way, way, way higher than that. So I'll see if I can find it. Is that the house? Yeah, that's the house. So let's figure it out. So I'll comp really quickly and just kind of see what we have selling here. Cleveland is the land of good comps. It's just there's so many good comps in Cleveland, guys. So easy to comp a property. But price high to low here, past 12 months. Past 12 months. Yes, this is what I figured. So I want to show you this, dude. These are all your comps right here. You see these that I just put in the chat? What I just put in the chat illustrates that the ARV is going to be probably around 140, maybe 150 high end. I wouldn't even say 150. It'd be the highest comp in the area. But your rehab is like 70K. You get like a $70,000 rehab right there, but they're asking 90. So it's just that it's not in the tea leaves unless you get this thing for way, way, way deep. I mean, Harry would say, I need this thing for 30K. And the owner is clearly delusional. One thing that I would say is kind of interesting about this particular owner here is that you got fully renovated multifamilies right here, or single family for 150, multifamily for 140. That's a fully renovated multifamily for 140. And she's like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing for, I can't imagine why she'd be asking 90. I mean, the neighbor's house is for sale at 113 and it's turnkey renovated. Look at that. 112, not selling, turnkey for 112. And this thing is listed for 90 and it's literally trashed. So you're looking at like a 30K offer on something like this, man.
I was planning on offering her like 20 for a start. Then we could build from there.
You can, but there's lower hanging fruit, man. There's lower hanging fruit. Like it'll take me just a second to find one of these in Cleveland, Ohio. I mean, like, look at this, guys. If I put in a price filter of probably like $70,000, right? And I price these things high to low, and I look for something that's kind of rough, not terrible, but kind of rough. Like this guy. This is a duplex, bring income producing, bring it back to life. Okay, I don't have photos of this. I'd love to have some photos. What's this? Duplex right here? Yeah. Okay, so that looks like a smaller project. It's not as big of a project, maybe only like a 30K rehab. It looks like a cosmetic rehab, right? See how that's not nearly as bad? Okay, well, your ARV in Cleveland is still probably the same. I mean, this is pretty close to the deal you were looking at. Let's draw around the property. I'm less than a minute into my deal hunt right now. Less than a minute into it. I'm a 4-bed, 2-bath, 2,100 square foot property. I'm going to reset all of my filters. I'm going to go from for sale to sold, and I'm going to look for things that just sold in the past 12 months that are also multifamily properties. And we're going to see pricing high to low. Looks like your ARV here. Nice, 170, 166. You got a 135, 110, 109, and then 105 here. Renovated 105? Yeah, that is renovated. Shit. I mean, that's not that good. 105, not that good. But you also have these guys over here for 160, but they're kind of further away. So I'd say your ARV on this guy is probably like 115 or so. And I'd probably want to get something like this for like 35, 40. So you don't have to offer that below. I mean, this is the first deal that I found, but if you got something like that at 35, 40, you know, somebody's going to pick that up from you either from our team or from Facebook.
Okay. Then the second one. Don't know if you saw the second one. That was in Detroit.
3-2. Yeah. So is this one turnkey?
Yes.
Perfect deal. Go lock this thing up at 65. Perfect deal. Lock it up at 65. Actually, we need to check shootings in the area. If there's shootings, it's a no-go. Hold on. Yeah, you got shootings. I'm sorry. I seller finance this. So with shootings, we have to seller finance. So what you're going to offer them is this. I'll put your offer in the chat. $120,000.
Okay.
Damn, what is that? Is that AI or is that real? That photo's kind of tough. I don't know if that's AI or real, but the photo's kind of hard. Thomas, what is that? What am I looking at? Anyways, 120,000. I'm probably going to do like maybe a 13. Screw it. 15K down? No, that's too much. That's too much. $12,000 down. Maybe 500, 600 per month in payments. Maybe a 6-year balloon. So that's it. That's what I would offer here. So in that you saw shootings in the area, with shootings in the area, that's fine, but just pivot to seller financing. Richard, that picture looks real. I don't even know anymore what's AI and what's not AI. Like sometimes I do, but like if it's a blurry photo, it's so hard to tell. Blurry photos are like impossible to tell. Anyways, dude, Dubem, I got to move on. Okay.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Talk soon, sir. Bye-bye. Yoni, we already talked. I don't know if we talked.
Yeah, we talked yesterday about the Illinois. And hey, so today I got a duplex in Birmingham, Alabama. I sent you the DM over. I got it at 87. Agent wanted me to send proof of funds. I sent your proof of funds. She asked who Richard was. I said you were my partner. And then she said since she's not representing us, she wants me to send her an Alabama contract. It's a cash deal. And I was just confused.
Yeah, so she thinks you're a realtor. I'm gonna check your property first. What is this is a cash deal? Looks like it's a little distressed on the outside. I think the exterior is gonna need some work, don't you think?
Yeah, but I asked her about the inside one. She said it was the property owner kept it well and it's currently rented out.
Yeah, okay. If I were buying something like this, some things that would scare me would be the exterior facade. So just this small section of the house right here, whenever I see something that needs a little bit of work like this, like you're missing the fascia. You know what fascia is, or fascia? You're missing a little bit here. You've got a tin roof on the property. It's a slightly slanted roof, and it just kind of looks like it's stuck on there, but not like on there well. If you're buying something with a loan, it has to pass an inspection. So when you're buying with Creative Finance, the buyer inspects, but when you're buying something with how do I put this? With a DSCR loan, which is kind of what we're pitching here, the lender has to inspect. And just this exterior facade of the property is probably something that'll scare a buyer away from a cash deal. So on something like this, if it's not immensely turnkey, I'd probably try for seller finance.
Okay.
By the way, the contract that they're asking for, that is, they think you're a realtor and they think you have an Alabama realtor contract. So you answer that question by saying, oh, I'm not a realtor. I don't actually have that contract, and I've never filled it out before. I can send you our contract, which is just prepared by our attorney, but I don't have your state approved contract. I've never filled it out before.
Okay, so I'll just try to pivot that and just try to see what she said.
Yeah, I would say, hey, I sent this to my lender, and my lender is probably going to decline this due to the exterior condition, not the interior condition, exterior condition needing a little bit of work on the property. However, I could offer you guys $150,000 over just 6 years, and I would see a lot of reason for them to say yes to that, given the condition.
Okay, so just pivot it to creative financing due to like the outside work.
Blame the lender. Say like, hey, I sent this to my lender. My lender's not going to fund something like this. However, yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll do that. All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. Somebody's asking me what Section 8 rent is. Guys, if you want to check Section 8 rent, I just dropped an address, or not an address, a web address in the chat, a link in the chat, which you can use. Amari, what's going on, man? You've been making moves, huh?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I just sent you an address. I know what ideal is, but the thing about this, it's a deal, but it's not a deal because it needs a little bit more work, more like paint and stuff, just to finish everything. The floors, like kind of everything's just been done. The big items, HVAC, roof,
Is it
all that's been done.
Is this Dayton, Ohio?
Yeah,
Nice. I like that market. Okay.
it's a TAA, so that's why it's like
Okay.
I'm
okay.
still waiting on the interest rate and all of that.
It doesn't look terrible, man. It looks like it needs like floors and paint.
No, the floors are updated. It's just it has plastic over them.
Oh, for to not get paint on them.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so it literally just needs paint and then maybe a couple other things here and there. Maybe it'll just
Yeah.
a little bit. I think it's valid, dude. It's a multifamily, right?
Yeah, it's a duplex.
I think it could be a deal. I would adjust the down payment, anticipating a little bit for rehab. So maybe if you could be closer to like $8K down.
Just agent's commission.
Well, you could do a little more than that. Agent's commission is probably like 5K, 6K. I'd say up to 10K might work for something like this.
Okay.
I like a lightly distressed multifamily on a mortgage takeover.
Okay. The question is, would you be interested?
No.
No.
No. No, but lots of buyers would be. Lots of buyers would be.
You think Harry would want it, or no? It's like he only
Not
does
in,
cash.
not in Dayton. Not in Dayton. But dude, a lot of people would be interested in something like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I think it's widely applicable.
All right. I appreciate you.
Got you, bro. Got you, bro. Amari, did your deal close?
No, I'm so the seller literally backed out saying, "Oh, I need more time. I need more time." And I've been called. He was like, "Give me a call." So this is like last week. He said, "Give me a call like sometime like last week." I gave him a call every day. He just won't answer my call. I'm like, "Oh my God."
Well,
I literally was irritated.
But wait. If you're under contract and signed, they can't really back out of the deal, you know?
So I guess what happened was because I was partnering with Rowan on it, and I guess they didn't sign the extension part because we had to like push it back again because I don't know what really happened, and I was like, what? And then they just was like, okay, he was just like, okay, we could just let it go. But the buyer's still interested because we literally put on doors. Like, it literally, the pictures from what we seen, clean. Then when you go and see it, it literally was so messed up. Like, you had to put on doors. You had to get the gas turned on.
Can't we renegotiate based on the condition if they didn't tell us?
Yeah, we did. So we started at 11. Then we went down all the way to like 7, like for the down payment. So I don't even know really what's the problem. He said the big problem was he lost his job, so he had to get everything in order. So
we'll continue to follow up. It sounds like it'll convert.
Yeah.
Later.
So hopefully I can get him over time.
Hopefully. Good job, man. Talk soon.
But I appreciate you too.
What's up? Hey, man. How you doing?
Hey, Richard. How you doing, man?
I'm well. How can I help you?
Good. I just sent you a deal that I got under contract today. The Fairport property fell through, unfortunately, but looks like he's looking, the Section 8 buyer, the new Section 8 buyer, he's looking for a tenant occupied property. So I looked up one today, actually.
Nice.
So let me know, what do you think? It's in Tacoma Street. So
yes. What are our tenants paying?
$1,250 a month. Actually, it's not Section 8. I got it for
fine.
$62,000. It's not Section 8, but the agency pays all of the
Dude, that's
rent.
great.
Yeah.
Dude, check this out. Your cash on cash is insane. Look at this, guys. So let's say they buy it at 66, right? 66,000, $4,000 assignment fee. First things first, you'd have to check shootings. I can't do that without adding your address. But if they buy at 66, guys, this is what we're looking at. Let's call it 67,000. Down payment is going to be 13.4. Tiny little down payment. Interest rate probably 7.3, higher end of things. 367 monthly payment, 367 plus 250 for taxes and insurance. 617 is what we're bringing in or what we're paying. We're actively bringing in 1250 or 1275.
At 1250.
1250. We're going to take 20% off the top of that. That turns into 1,000. Then we're going to subtract our 617 minus 617. That's 383 monthly multiplied by 12. That's 4,596. Divided by total entry fee of this plus 5,000 for closing costs, 18.4 is our total entry fee. 18.4. Your cash on cash return is 25% at 67K. Let's call him. Call Joseph.
Calling Joseph.
Hey, Richard, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, how interested are your buyers gonna continue to be in the discounted Detroit ones if we got tenants in place, or if no tenants in place?
For sure, there's tenants in place. Yes, not so much not so much vacant ones because it's wintertime. So
okay, so you think come March they might be more interested or so?
Yes, very much so. But also, like I said, we have a client who's very interested in all the deals that are like outside of Detroit as well. They just bought a lot of Detroit. They're looking in Ohio, Alabama.
Check your text because this is tenant occupied 67K, paying $1,250 per month for 67. Nice discount too.
That's pretty massive. And what is the any seller credit or anything like that, or is it just 67 total?
It's just 67 on it. I'll check the crime right now, but I figured that's got to be a home run.
That's a great one. It's 1250 collecting.
Yeah, it's in place right now. 1250.
Collection and rent. Okay, that's pretty solid.
Looks like looks like for the most part a pretty safe area. I'm gonna send you a screenshot of the crime here.
Yeah, the only thing that happened last time was one of the properties I guess your guys found is the property taxes were exceptionally higher in other areas. It was like $6,000 a year, which completely ate up the ROI on the deal. So we had to pass on that. So that was the only negative on one of them. But just to give you reference, like I said, we have more deals coming in, and so that's why I don't have you stepping on the gas as of yet. But the clients that we do have that are buying your deals have bought deals from us, so those should be smooth transactions.
This one right here, I'm hoping that's a win right there at 67 because that's under contract right now. My team is also going to send it to you, but if you just want to pair it with a buyer right now, that would be awesome.
I'm gonna pair with a buyer. As soon as I get a buyer confirmation, I'll confirm with you.
Great. That one's ready to go right now.
Beautiful, awesome. Thank you so much.
Talk soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah, I think that's a go. I think that's a go at 67, man.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. It's actually not Section 8, but the agency pays all of the rent for the tenants. So it's similar to Section 8.
It's good, dude. Honestly, it doesn't even matter if it's Section 8 or not. That's a good deal.
Amazing. All right, that's all. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Bye-bye. That's a good one, guys. That's a good one. Makes a lot of sense to me. Nice discount. Nice little discount. $5,000 assignment fee for those. Okay. Let's give away something. Oh, I'm so tired. Here we got our wheel spin. I spin this thing daily. Dinner on me, dinner on me, dinner on me, dinner on me. So this is DoorDash order of your choice. It's roughly dinner time right now. I'm gonna do a trivia question. No capitals. Okay, we'll do a number. I'll just do a number, guys. I'll do a number. I'm going to do a number, okay? So that way there's literally no cheating, okay? I'm thinking of a number between. I'm going to put a line in the chat. I have my number on my phone right now. The number's on my phone. It's a number for dinner tonight, for DoorDash tonight. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 50. Go. 1 and 50. Go. I'm going to give you 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and stop. Now, okay, the number was 50. The number was 50. The number I chose was 50. Let's see if anybody put a 50 in the chat. 50 in the chat. Anybody put 50 in the chat? 50. Mira, you are our winner today. Mira, okay. We can either send you $30 cash or we can DoorDash you dinner. We can either send you $30 cash so you can get your own dinner or spend that on whatever the hell you want, or we can DoorDash you. So Mira, come on up. Claim your reward. Okay? Mira. Mira? Mira, you just have to accept the invite on your screen. I'm inviting you to join. Now, if for whatever reason you're unable to join, just indicate in the chat if you're unable to join. Mira, if you're unable to join the chat or join the stream for some reason, indicate in the chat, and that's okay. We just need to, we can send you the cash instead if you're unable to. Wait, 60K assignment? You got a 60K assignment? $60,000 assignment? Oh my goodness. 15K cut. Oh, we're still, I cannot talk. Sorry. Okay, Mira, can we send you money instead? Mira, can we send you money instead? What is your Venmo? Do you have Venmo, Mira? B says, I did a $66,000 assignment last month. Drop the HUD and drop a screenshot on the chat. Drop a screenshot on the chat. I have to see it. 66,000? That's a big boy. Do you stream on YouTube? Yeah, I'm live right now. Move into Dallas, Texas from San Diego, California. Need a home to rent out there. Do you have anything? I don't own in Dallas, unfortunately. Mira, I kind of gotta go. Can you send me your Venmo, please? Or if you can't do that, just let me know something in the chat. Am I able to watch the stream with Harry? Yeah, River, I would say it's probably recorded in #past live stream recordings. We do have a past live stream recordings tab right there. No Venmo. Okay, Mira, what do you have? Do you have PayPal, Cash App, Zelle, Apple Pay? Or an address that we can DoorDash to? Put her dinner in a trust? Okay, I'll do it. Okay, I don't know what to do here. I don't know what to do. We just need you to put something in the chat for us. Anyway, damn, bro, $66,000 assignment fee. Okay, I'll post you in the chat while we're waiting, or I gotta post that. I gotta post that. Just so y'all know it's possible, and people are commenting cap here. I did a $66,000 assignment fee last month. I was like, okay, show us, prove it. And look what bro shows us. Look at this. He's got a HUD statement. This is a HUD statement. It even has the law firm right there. But look at that. It has his name. $66,000. That's like what you make in a year after you go to school for 4 years for one of these. Okay, Mira, do we get a Cash App or something? You'll let me know later. Okay, bye.